We're at Taylor Field on the campus of Lakeland College, where the Muskies are getting ready to play Greenville in an important Illinois Badger Conference football game. Hello, everybody. My name is Mike Martin, and joining me for the first time this year is Dennis Senf. Dennis, thanks a lot for coming over and helping us out.
My pleasure. Happy to be here, Mike.
Now, this is a big game. Lakeland comes in with a 5-1 record. They're tied with Concordia and Aurora for the conference lead, and some things have to fall Lakeland's way in order for them to win the conference and make the playoffs. Why don't you explain the tiebreaker situation?
Well, it gets a little complicated here since we have three teams that could possibly be tied for first place. If all three teams do win today, unfortunately, it will not be Lakeland that goes in that case. Aurora will be the playoff team in that situation. Lakeland has to hope for Concordia to lose this afternoon down at Eureka, Illinois.
And Dave Gallianetti was telling me not much chance of that happening.
I don't think so. Eureka's got a hard time putting anything on the board, and Concordia, as we saw a few weeks ago over here, they can definitely put things on the board. If that would happen, then Lakeland would be the conference, dictated as the conference championship because of their victory over Aurora last week. It goes head-to-head at that point. Aurora, like as we had mentioned, Aurora would be the champion if all three schools tie. As far as that goes, if Aurora loses, Concordia will win the championship because of their head-to-head victory over Lakeland a couple weeks ago. So basically, Lakeland, they've got to get their job done today, win this game, and hope for an upset from Eureka. Otherwise, that's all they can do is take care of business here.
All righty, getting ready to kick off is Greenville, and back deep for Lakeland is Brandon Stewart, number 3, and number 27, Marcus Denham. Kick is away, heads over to Stewart's way, and he picks it up, almost drops inside the 5, but he's got it, he's on his feet. Comes back, and a nice tackle made out there. Stewart gets it out to about the 12-yard line. Lakeland is going to be caught deep in their own territory.
The kick did wonders there, aiming it towards that corner, and he had to grab it because he didn't know if it was going to go out of bounds or not. And with that, getting pretty poor field position to start this ball game.
1st and 10, ball spotted on the 12-yard line. Starting lineup offensively for Lakeland at quarterback is Ryan Myeri, and the tailback is Marcus Denham. The fullback is number 34, Travis Jervis. Hand off to Jervis, I believe that was. And a short gain for Lakeland.
Like the ball's around the 15-yard line there.
Pickup of only about 2 yards for Jervis. 2nd down and 8. Fake to the first back. Denham's got it right in the middle of the line, and he's stacked up.
About a yard gain on that.
Yeah, not much.
Big number 75 is sitting over the top there.
Yeah, get this uncovered.
Who is who here? Here we go. Scott Gardner, freshman.
Three wideouts to the right side, one wideout to the left. Myeri in the shotgun. Rolling out to the right. He's got a receiver open. Nice pass and catch. Catch is made by Courtney Gatlin. And a 1st down for Lakeland.
Nice easy first toss to start the game there. Nice safe sideline pattern.
Ball is spotted right on the 20-yard line.
We got an official's time here.
Clock always stops on that 1st down, right, Dennis?
Absolutely. We stop, and that ball went out of bounds also. The play went out of bounds, so we'll keep it stopped there. But normally, after it's set in play after the 1st down, then it's put back, the clock starts running again.
So pick up a 15 yards on the play. Makes it 1st and 10, ball right on the 30-yard line. Fake to the first back. Myeri has it.
Wide open. Yep, nice gain.
Yeah, picks up
6.
Yeah, 5 or 6. He's right out there.
could see that when we had the initial fake pitch there, but there was no pitch man after that, so you knew he was keeping it all the way there. A lot of times we have that trailing back that where he's got the other option to toss to the pitch and the pitch person on there.
2nd down and 5. Gatlin is wide to the right. Jervis the up back and Denham the deep back. Myrie at quarterback. 13 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We just got started. Good block on the outside.
Nice
Jervis making a solid block and Denham getting the first down out over the 40.
Pick about 7 or 8 on that play.
Yep. Spotted at the 43 would make it an 8-yard gain. Well, nice block by Jervis to spring Denham. 1st and 10 for Lakeland. Lakeland has a 5-1 record in conference. Of course, they want to finish 6-1 and hope for that playoff spot. Myrie back, fires right up the middle, right, almost picked off, right in the arms of Seth England, and England not able to hang on to it. Good break for Lakeland.
A little late on that pass getting there. The receiver was open right away, right on the cut, on the curl to the inside. A little late getting there, and that linebacker
he
had a
nice.
heck of a chance to get that thing.
Of course, you and I would have made that catch. In the backyard, maybe.
Somebody had to throw it to us, though.
2nd down and 10.
One deep back.
Denham bouncing off in the middle and picks up maybe 2 yards. Stacked up pretty heavily in there. It's going to be 3rd and we'll call it 8. Ball on the 45, or just short of it. Clock rolling. We're at 12:05 of the first quarter. No score. Mike Martin along with Dennis Semp. Myrie in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 3 off to the left. In motion is Gatlin. Myrie steps up. He's going to run with it. Dives for the first down.
Awfully close. Looked like
making the stop was Luke Stuber.
Very close. Probably going to have a measurement on this.
Well, I got to wait before I mark any more down.
See, right there. Got those eyes going here. Looking for a measurement. Looks like it could be a hair short.
Yeah, no.
Stuff the angle with the crown of the field, but it's pretty close.
Lakeland's ready to come up and run a play. They figure we got the first down. Let's go.
Well, actually, where I see the spot there, it's a little different than where the official was
now,
standing.
if a guy is
close.
diving out, let's say he's got the ball in his hand, he's trying to get that extra yard, reaching out,
yep.
And his knee hits, let's say 2 feet back. Where do you spot the ball? At the knee or where the ball is?
Well, depends where the ball is at the time when the knee hits.
Okay, so it's where the ball is when the knee hits.
Yeah, we are short. Let's go! About 6 inches.
Yeah.
Ball on around the 47-yard line of Greenville. You know, watching some of these games earlier this year, going on some 4th down situations when Lakeland was a lot, well, they were in their territory a few times. It would not surprise me at all going for this.
Well, they do have
looks like they got their
solid offensive line and good running backs.
Yep.
Denham, of course, is a really good back, and with that blocking back Jervis up in front.
Right. If you can't wedge it for a couple inches,
you got trouble.
Absolutely.
Not just on this play either.
That's right.
All right, it's 4th down and 1. First big play of the ball game. Actually 4th and about 6 inches. Greenville stacking it up right in the middle. Hand off to Denham, off tackle, he cuts it back. And he's going to be down to the 40-yard line, picks up about 7 or 8 yards on the play.
Yep. Little slant there off tackle to the right side. Very nice.
Actually,
they sealed off the
inside, but couldn't cover the outside.
Nope, they sealed it off real nice there. The line did, and he was able to break it free.
Well, I was thinking
flag on the play here.
Offside Greenville. Yeah. Lakeland will decline that one.
Yep.
Rather take 8 instead of 5. I was thinking in terms of Lakeland, Dennis, they really had their linebackers stacked up right in the middle. They weren't going to allow Myrie to quarterback sneak it.
Greenville, yeah. They had it jammed up there, filling in the every little wedge there, every little slot, they had it all filled.
Jervis in motion, fake handoff. Myrie hit as he throws, but he's got Gatlin open. He makes a great leaping grab, and it's touchdown. 40-yard scoring pass, Myrie to Gatlin on a really super catch.
That was a great effort by Gatlin there, making that catch over the shoulder. Looked like he stumbled a little bit right at the end and came up with the catch.
Let's see that one again, Scott. That was really a great grab.
Little play action there helped, and Gatlin was just wide open on that play.
Out in front of him was Ryan Holm. There you see Holm missed the block. But Gatlin bailed him out with the nice catch.
Beautiful. Yep.
Penalty on Lakeland for a little too much celebrating.
That, I'm assuming that's the case there. Now I think they have the choice of either taking this penalty on the extra point attempt or on the kickoff. Be 15 yards on the kickoff or the extra point here, whichever.
Well, you might be better served to take it on the kickoff.
Yep, I believe that's what they're going to do.
Yep,
use it on the kick. Yeah, point it this way. Dick did.
Man in the white hat just pointed down the field, signaling they'll take it on the kickoff.
Kadrowski here kicking.
Okay. Behringer is doing the holding. Good snap and set. And the boot is through with 11:07 remaining in the first quarter. Lakeland on top, 7-0.
Ago, Mark and I thought, air pollution, global warming. How can we make a difference? So Mark modified our car, some sort of homemade energy source.
The best part is the car emits only helium. Genius.
But the EPA says the energy we use in our home can cause twice the greenhouse gases of a car. So now I look for products that are in the Energy Star. Simple.
The EPA invites you to go to EnergyStar.gov to discover what you can do to reduce air pollution.
I love the challenge of computers. Not that I have much time with these little guys and my job, but when my wife went back to school, I thought, why can't I? Certain things in life demand my attention, but a new career in computer science deserves my attention. An evening class at Lakeland doesn't tie my life in knots, thanks to a flexible, easy-to-manage schedule that allows me to balance work, school, and the twins. Evening classes that meet once a week, that's the easy part.
Well, they're loading the confetti cannon right in front of us. As long as it goes out instead of in our booth, we'll be in good shape. And they seem pretty intent on loading that baby.
Yes, indeed.
They don't even care if there's a kickoff or not.
Well, one thing is nice that we can even keep the windows open on a day like today in November, but boy, it's just beautiful out here for football.
Great day.
Right around 60 degrees.
Sunny.
Just excellent.
And even the ladybugs are enjoying it. Kickoff is going to be taken at about the 27-yard line by Greenville, and then hit and dropped at the 40 is Bison Taylor. It's going to be 1st and 10, Greenville right on the 40-yard line, and that is good field position. Well, they got the ramrod now, ramming her down. And you get a good shot at the...
This is an adult toy that we have here.
I wonder if they get away with that in the gym.
I don't think so. I don't think we'd let them do that.
Get a good shot of the Lakeland defense. Greenville bench behind them. Isato Hemi running the top camera. Brian Andrews on the field camera. Scott Mieloff in the truck spinning the dials. That's our crew today. Fake handoff. Pass right over the middle by the Greenville quarterback, Lee Thompson. That pass is complete.
Six-yard gain on that.
Just catch the number of that receiver, Dennis.
No, I didn't. Sorry about that, Mike. Number 9, Thompson's a big kid there, 6'6" quarterback, 6'6", 220 pounds.
Be 2nd down and 4. Ball spotted on the 46. Thompson dropping back now in the shotgun. Anthony Lash is alongside of him.
Movement there.
Lash leaning forward. They're going to get him for a legal procedure. Greenville College is located in Greenville, Illinois.
That's a haul. That is a haul from here. It's south of St. Louis.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely, that's a long haul.
They might have came up last night, stayed overnight.
I'm sure they did. I believe actually it's in the southern peak of Illinois. So it's probably a 7-8 hour ride coming down up here.
Nice to have them at home instead of on the road. 2nd down and 9 with that illegal motion. Thompson is hit and sacked. Making the stop for Lakeland was David Benton.
Boy, he's got a lot of receivers out wide, doesn't he? He's got 3 here on this side, and he's got another on the other side there. Really wide open sets.
Sack loses 4 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 13. Ball on the 37-yard line. Good rush by Lakeland. They do the screen pass and
just short of the first down.
Yeah, that was
short. Nice
Lash
play.
made a nice little catch and a good move, but I think he is going to be short. You're right.
Yes, he is. Ball's going to be placed on about the Greenville 49-yard line. Got about a yard to go, and punting team's coming in.
So 12 yards on the completion. Thompson is 2 for 2.
Got an injured Lakeland player on the field.
That's a bad thing.
I believe it's number 24. It'd be Justin Monty. Yes, it is.
It looks like he has a leg injury, Dennis.
Yeah.
They're kind of tending to that. He already has a knee brace on.
He's up already, so that's.
And it looks like it's his
good.
Left knee brace and hurt his right ankle. That's not good because he only got 2 legs. Well, Greenville just sent a whole new crew out on the field. I think it's their punt team. Oh, Thompson.
Thompson just came back in. They changed their mind.
Put the offense back on the field. It's going to be 4th and 1. Ball on the 49-yard line of Greenville. They need to get to just over the 50 where you see that yellow, white, and blue. Well, they got to get it onto the blue. Great shot there, Isato. You can really see where that marker is.
Thompson's under center for the first time here this afternoon.
I think they're going to try to get Lakeland to jump offside.
That's what it looks like.
Ain't gonna work.
Clock's not running.
And they take the 5-yard delay of game penalty.
Yep.
Not a bad move. What it does is it actually gives them a little more room to punt the ball.
Punting with the wind, yeah. I'm sure he's going to get a little extra carry on us today.
Back deep for Lakeland is Eric Barrel. Good rush by Lakeland. Kick is away and
nice roll.
Yeah. It's going to be down right at the 15-yard line.
Wasn't very pretty, but it got the job done, I guess.
Yeah, about a 35 or 36-yard punt, but yeah, you're absolutely right. They got Lakeland back deep, and that's exactly what they wanted. Have 7:53 remaining in the first quarter. Lakeland on top, 7-0 on a 40-yard touchdown pass from Myrie to Gatlin. Denham is a deep back. Fake inside handoff to Jervis. Myrie keeps it and gets it out over the 15. Short gain. Pickup of 2. Lakeland, probably the strength of their offense this year, Dennis, has been their running game, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. Well, between both Denham and Myrie, there's a couple very competent runners in there.
Pass is tipped and almost picked off. There was the tip drill in action. 25 to 28, and I think it was 36 had a shot at it.
Had the last shot at that thing. Couldn't make it.
And that was coming right at us. We had a great look at it.
You could see the deflections.
And you could see that he shouldn't have thrown it.
He was covered pretty well.
I realize, you know, it's a tough thing to do, but sometimes it's good to look the other way and then come back instead of watching that receiver the whole way.
Because they do play your eyes. The defensive backs are looking at the quarterback's eyes there, and if you just sit on one target.
There's a good pass and a nice catch by Gatlin. He's out near the 40-yard line before he's pushed down. Good pass and catch.
Just like the last one was a little ill-advised, that throw. That thing was right on the money there. He caught, the receiver got right in between the two D-backs on that and made a nice catch. Ball was delivered right on the spot.
Yeah, we'll call it the 42. That's a 25-yard pickup. So Gatlin with 3 catches, 15, 40, and now 25. He's just piling up the yards.
Yes, he is. We still got 6+ left in the first quarter.
Myrie dropping back.
We're going for more here.
Deep.
He's there.
Gatlin diving attempt is made, but he can't quite come up with it.
Another great effort on that play.
Yeah, for sure.
Just that he wasn't able to hit it when he hit the ground there at about the 25-yard line.
It's going to make it 2nd down and 10.
Obviously, they see where Gatlin's got a little more speed on his defensive backs that are covering him there. He was able to break free numerous times already today.
Myrie is 3 out of 6 for 80 yards. Hand off to Denham. Bounces off tackle and gets up near the 50-yard line. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of yardage.
Looks like about a 7-yard gain on that one.
Makes it 3rd down and 3. And I would think, Dennis, if they could get it near the 1st down, even if they're short, they would probably go for it on 4th.
Yeah, all indications the way they've been playing lately, they definitely they don't have any fear trying to get through there. And this, not much gain on this one, right up to midfield.
Denham maybe picks up a yard. It's going to be 4th and 2, and with that, I think now they'll punt it.
And then again.
Maybe not. Well, when we were out here the last time when you were running the clock, Chris and I, you know, coach was not bashful about going after it each time.
It's like I said, and a couple of those were a lot further into their own territory.
Right, yeah, they should have probably been punting.
We got a flag on the play. Stopped it before we got going.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell what happened.
Assuming it's on the offense here.
Illegal procedure on Lakeland. It's going to make it 4th down and 7. Ball's back to the 45-yard line. Now let's see what Lakeland
does. Now the punter's out there.
Okay. Kadrowski.
Kadrowski's back to kick. Yes.
He does all the kicking.
Yeah, he does.
Back deep is Bryson Taylor, number 11, and Oscar Montesinos.
Die around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's like a good golf shot.
Just died right there. 45, Vanderloo down the ball.
Okay, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Greenville. Lakeland on top with 5:02 remaining in the first quarter. Ball's going to be spotted right on the 20. Penalties hurt Greenville on their first possession, Dennis. They had a 5-yarder with a 2nd and 4.
Yes.
And it's just enough to...
then we had a sack right after that.
Right, exactly. Thompson back, lofts it deep. Nice diving attempt for the interception by Marcus Ruskin.
The safety on that play came over the cover, and
I didn't catch the guy on the direct coverage, but
he had
really
good coverage on
yeah.
it. Yes, he'd shielded the offensive player off the ball on that.
I've got that as being Thompson's first incompletion. 2nd and 10. Sam Scheringer, number 31 in the middle, jumping around, looking for an opening. He blitzes. He's picked up. Thompson firing it deep. Diving attempt is made. And
interception number.
Jeff Wallace making the interception. Or is it Jeremy Sissel? Well,
we've got 2 number 21s.
Wallace is a freshman, but so is Sissel. So it's an interception by number 21.
Yeah, we got that. We got it right, 21. Yeah, very nice interception on that. Great effort. Left his feet, came down, and held on to the ball.
You know, I almost thought the referee was going to throw it for pass interference because there was a lot of bumping and banging on the play, but they let him play on.
And he did what, it was more contact with the body and not with the hands, and a lot of times that, great hole there.
Denham right, no, that was number 37. Hunter, I believe. Aaron Berry. Right up the middle.
Wow.
Yep.
Boy, he had a lot of daylight there at the line of scrimmage.
Really.
Just broke it wide open. Ball down to about the 41-yard line of Greenville.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup by Berry. Lakeland on the move, hopefully. Gatlin is wide to the right. Hand off to the first back, Jervis. He's battling for yardage, and a good second effort right at the end of the run gets him inside the 35.
Well, he put his hand down and got an extra 3 yards on that thing, just holding his balance.
Ball is going to be spotted, we'll call it the 34, 33.
33-yard line, yes.
Pickup of 8. Double tight end set for Lakeland. Hand off to Berry again, right up the middle, and he's got the first down inside the 30.
He really gets off the ball quickly, doesn't he?
Very.
Gosh, he hits that hole awfully quick. And there's a hole there.
Ball on the 27-yard
line.
27-yard line.
Myerie's in the shotgun.
And Berry is next to him and in motion. Empty backfield.
Quarterback draw.
Berry tried to get the stiff arm, but missed the body of that defender and couldn't fend him off very well. A good tackle made by Seth England. England was at DB who had a wide open interception and dropped it.
Flag on the play. Holding against Lakeland.
Oh, that's not a good thing. Well, it was a nice little pickup, too, by Myrie.
Yes, it was. You could see that was a definite called play right there. He just took a step back and then took off with the ball.
Well, he had us fooled. I figured for sure they'd be passing.
When you get everybody out of the backfield like that, not a bad play. He spread the defense wide.
First down, ball at the 34. Right up the middle is Barry again. He lowers his head and keeps on running. He's inside the 20.
Looks like another first down. Or they're going to measure. Another measurement coming up here.
Okay.
Lakeland's wants to get off and get another play going right away.
They want to get out there and hit people. That'll like that.
When you got something going, you got that momentum going, you just want to keep it.
Now there's a great example, Dennis, where measurement, even if you get the first down, it still kind of breaks your rhythm.
Yes, it does.
First down, ball is right on about the 18-yard line, would you say?
17, 18-yard line, yes, indeed.
First and 10, Lakeland. 16-yard pickup by Barry. He's had a 14-yarder and a 16-yarder to go along with the 6-yarder. And he's a deep back. Give it off the left tackle. Barry reaches forward. That was student body left tackle that time.
Yes.
Going to be second down.
About three or 4 yards on that play, I believe.
Yeah.
Down to about the 14-yard line.
Give him 3 on that. Second down and 7.
They're nesting in my hair.
Really.
It's Barry. Nice
Barry
ball again. Oh.
Good piece of running. I think that play was designed to go a little more outside, but he spotted an opening in the middle, and
he slipped a couple tackles in there too again.
Yeah,
very nice.
John Gilmore is the guy, 81, that's been in motion the last couple of plays. That was about a 10-yard pickup. I think it's going to be
first and goal on
the 6-yard line?
Just the 5-6 yard line. Got a tough angle to see it from here, but just outside the 5, I believe.
Okay, we'll give 9-yard pickup then on the play. First and goal on the 6. Barry the deep back. They give it to him. Tries to go to the outside, but
that was snuffed out from the start.
Yep.
They did a nice job. They had 3 defenders right on there.
It's going to be second and goal.
The 25, Edward Harrell was the linebacker that was in on that right away. Well, we have a flag on the play, another hold against Lakeland.
Oh boy, that's not good. We got it right down at the 5. It's been second and goal, and this is going to push it back to outside the 10-yard line.
It's going to be right around the 15, I believe. It's going to be marked. We'll have first and 15 there. We got 3 wide to the left-hand side, 1 wide here on the right.
Barry is the setback alongside Myrie, who is in the shotgun.
He's in motion.
Again, a quarterback draw and a nice tackle made out on the wing for Greenville. That was Luke Stuber.
I think that's about the 3rd time Lakeland's run that play.
Yeah. Ball is inside the 15 at about the 14. 1:22 remaining. Give Myrie a gain of 3. Rolling to his right. Pass is tipped away by big number 60, Caleb Stuber. A lot of Stubers in that.
Yeah, there's a couple of them in there. Greenville had good coverage on that. Even if it was complete, there wouldn't have been. It'd have been a minimal gain on that play. The linebackers were out there covering very well.
3rd down and goal. Gatlin is wide to the left. Inside of him is Eric Royal.
Martin is right.
Going for the corner.
Again.
Gatlin
Oh,
makes
nice.
a leaping grab. Great pass, great catch. Touchdown, Lakeland.
Great timing play on that one. He threw that before the last cut was made, and right where he had to, right over the top of the defender there.
Wow.
Gatlin's having a day.
It really. That's his fourth reception and now he's got 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. There you see it. Great leap, and he steps into the end zone. Terrence Stewart, the defensive back, was just overmatched on that play. Good snap, good hold, but the kick is wide.
Wide to the left.
And Kudrowski misses that. But with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter, Lakeland leads it 13-0.
Isn't a boring ad about Wisconsin's dairy industry. It's an ad about your kids' new shoes. Dairying generates $20 billion for Wisconsin. Part of that $20 billion helps pay for your kids' schools. Part of that $20 billion is invested in other businesses. Businesses like the shoe store down the street. Or maybe your business. So look for Wisconsin's dairy products and support Wisconsin's dairy business. America's dairy land is your land.
You know, I see that bottle of water, Dennis. It's got Lakeland College, and I think they got it from the little lake out here.
I hope not. I hope not. I'll check if there's some little things swimming in there.
There are a whole bunch of little things.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Well, Tom Retzak's doing the clock today, and I think Tom, I saw him out over by the lake with that bottle when it was empty, and he was holding it in the water and got it.
Tom's pretty cheap, you know, so I understand how that works. You know, he goes there and dips a little bit in there. And
well, back deep is Shantae Patterson and Bryson Taylor. Taylor's got it. He's up to the 20. Cuts it up and is down inside the 25-yard line. So good coverage by Lakeland on that kickoff return.
Lakeland's number 37, Aaron Berry, was the tackler on that play. Did a nice job. Hung on to the legs and wouldn't give up.
And he was a feature back on that last drive, too.
I was very impressed with how quick he hits those holes.
See,
it's really off
36, 48 yards and 5 carries. Giving Marcus Denham a rest. Ball is spotted on the 23-yard line.
Come out with that spread set again.
Yep. 3 wide receivers off to the left. In motion is DeJulio. Fake handoff. Thompson looking. He's sacked. Coming out of the pile for Lakeland is Josh LaBelle. And did you get the number of that other guy?
Number 75, Nick Heck.
What the heck?
Nick Zach. He came right up the middle.
Zach, the basketball player.
There you go.
Okay, a loss of 5 on that sack. Thompson, that's the second sack for Lakeland in the quarter. Second down and 15, pardon me.
Receivers stacked to the left-hand side here again.
Thompson looking, steps out of the pocket, makes a nice throw, but the diving attempt by DeJulio, he's unable to come up with it, so pass goes incomplete. It'll be a third down.
Big kid in there. He doesn't seem real mobile, though. He took a side step to the right that time to avoid the rush and got rid of it.
Yeah.
Did we miss something here, Mike? We're punting on third down.
Yeah, that's all right. We didn't miss anything. We want to kick with the wind, Dennis.
I see.
Kick is away, high kick. Making the fair catch for Lakeland.
About the 47-yard line.
Number 21.
Number 21, Jeff Wallace.
Is that who it was?
Yes. Ball was received on the 47. Good field position, really.
Yeah, really. Even though they punted with the wind, Lakeland's still going to have it in a great position. Well, you don't see that very often.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. We're kicking on third down situation, especially when the ball was, what was it, roughly around the 25-yard line, 25-yard line there.
Actually, it was on the 18. Was it? They had that sack.
That's right. There was a sack there. It was. We started
at the 23 or so.
Yes.
When they got the ball spotted on the 47 of Lakeland. Muskie. Oh. TV8 Sports, WIAA. That was from last night. Scott will take care of that. Well, as we get ready to start second quarter action, Lakeland leads at 13-0. Dennis, this is our final broadcast of the football season. Next time you see us guys on the air, it'll be at a basketball venue.
I'll have to put up with you there, I guess, and just
only if you arrive.
No catcalling. You know, I'll be there. I'll be there at times.
Now, I know you do the baseball scheduling for the Eastern Wisconsin and the Central Lakeshore. You're the conference commissioner, and I know you do some basketball officiating, the scheduling part of it.
I do I'm the coordinator of the women's basketball in the Lake Michigan Conference, along with also I'm the coordinator of men's baseball in the Lake Michigan Conference. So take care of all the hiring of officials, and with that I got to get out to the schools at times and observe some of my staff.
And that's what you were doing today.
We
plucked you right out of the gym tonight.
I was working the sidelines, working with some of my officials.
He was working the crowd. Well, that one guy on the chain gang had his little arrow pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, we were a little delay there with the chain gang.
That's okay. Gave us a little more opportunity to talk.
I think the chain may have came apart there from the post. All of a sudden, the individual is down about 15 yards instead of 10 yards.
Really.
Something's wrong with this.
Well, a little bit of a delay, but at least it's a great day. It's not like we're waiting in 30-degree weather.
Oh, man.
Get a good shot at some of the Lakeland
players. There'd be a little more complaining then, that's for sure. This is just beautiful for, what, 6th of November?
Yeah, really. Well, I did a lot of yard work this morning, and I am just hoping that the weather gets bad so my grass stops growing. I was hoping this was the last day of cutting.
I had to cut grass and blow leaves, and
you do that too?
Yeah. I was unfortunately.
I rake them.
Blow those suckers. Yeah. That works.
But you don't. Well, you don't have a real big backyard, though, do you?
Blow them on the flower beds.
Oh yeah.
Put them in the flower beds.
Then run over it with the lawnmower. Mulch it.
Oh yeah, mulch that up. Great job.
Back
to action here.
Yeah. Myeri takes a direct snap and runs it right up the middle. And he picks up almost 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, I believe so.
Myeri finished the first quarter with 20 yards and 5 carries. Leading ground gainer for Lakeland was Barry with 48 yards in 5 carries.
There's no deception in what Myeri's doing there. It's just getting it and heading straight up the middle on those plays.
Yeah, exactly. 2nd down and 6.
4 yards at a clip you'll take.
Exactly. It's better than Woody Hayes' 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Another nice gain up the middle there.
Was that Jervis?
That was...
yeah, Jervis took that ball.
Travis Jervis.
He picked up 5.
3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, big 3rd down play. Although, you know doggone well, Lakeland will be going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, it's 4 down territory here. We're past midfield for sure. Just wedging it forward.
Myeri, he's got the 1st down, not by a great deal, but doesn't matter.
Nice safe run there. Keep that clock running after we get going. I like that.
Ball was spotted on the 43-yard line. First down and 10.
Play action here.
Myeri puts it down. He runs with it. He's out and dropped near the 30-yard line. He's going to have another 1st down. Well, I think he wanted to pass it, don't you? And then
it looked like that, but then he's not afraid to tuck it in there and take off right away. And it was a wise decision on that one, obviously.
Yeah, and he
easily getting the 1st down.
12 yards. First and 10, ball spotted on the 31-yard line. 2 wideouts out to the left. Keep your eye on that Gatlin guy, he's been hot. Barry's got it right through the middle of the line. I'll tell you, Lakeland just chewing up Greenville's interior defensive line.
He just hits that hole so quick. I'm really impressed.
He's just short of the first down, apparently, unless they're going to do another measurement.
Yeah, just short.
Just short.
2nd and 1. Nice opportunity here.
Yeah, like 9.5 yards, but we can only give him credit for 9.
Yep.
Jervis in motion. Barry takes a handoff, scooting to the outside.
Got the first down.
And he's somersaulted and down at about the 16. And he hung on to the ball, too.
Yes, he did. He got upended there by number 82, Scott Lactic, sophomore from Greenville.
Ball is spotted on the 16-yard line. Lakeland doing it all on the ground so far. Fake handoff, Myrie fires to the end zone.
Touchdown.
And a touchdown. The grab is made by Jed Manders. Well, that was a nice pass and catch.
They're making that look pretty easy.
Well, he had us all fooled. Well, everything on the ground, and all of a sudden they pass it.
And he did exactly what he had to do. A little play action there, fake the handoff there to Barry, and rolled to the right-hand side and hit Manders wide open. Yes, he did.
Kodrowski is lined up to kick.
Poor
Not
snap.
a very good snap, and
eat it.
Getting sacked is Matt Beringer, and that extra point goes as a no good again. But it's 19-0 Lakeland with 12:30 remaining in the first half. And there you see that.
I originally thought that I saw 81 in the pattern there. John Gilmore, I thought he was the intended receiver, and
yeah, you're right. He was the short guy.
He was the short man there, and all of a sudden, oh goodness, Manders is sitting there wide open.
I think they call that a ladder. Really, you know, you send one guy short, one guy a little bit deeper, and then your deep guy. Now they probably just had 2 rungs on that ladder.
Hung up about a consumer problem? Like that refrigerator you just bought that's freezing you out. Oh, and telemarketers who won't stop calling.
Have I got a deal for you?
Well, stand up for your rights. Use the power of the internet and the federal government at pueblo.gsa.gov, the free consumer action website. Thousands of links to companies and government agencies with names, numbers, and advice to get your wrongs righted. Remember Pueblo, because you never know.
They're really quick.
And you see a couple of happy Muskies. They lead it 19-0 in the first half. And you mentioned Aaron Barry is from Oostburg, and he just hammers that hole. You know, he hits it quick. Taken by Taylor.
About the 13-yard line.
He tries to cut it back, and Lakeland snuffs him out.
About a 5-yard return there, Mike.
Yeah, not much. Sometimes it's better just to
just go straight up
the field.
Take your beating and get whatever you can. He tried to dance around a little bit, and was held to just a 5-yard return on that.
It's actually inside the 20. It'll be at 18? About the 18 or 19.
18-yard line.
Yep, 18. Greenville comes in with a record of 3-3 in conference, 3-5 overall, and they've been struggling this year. And they're struggling today.
I think we've got another problem over there with the chain. Well, last game of the year, you know, I guess, you know.
Yeah, I think they just made a call to the guy with the soldering or whatever. Is this Lakeland's last game, Dennis? Or do they have one more left?
Well, it all depends. if we can get into the playoffs.
Okay, last regular season
regular
game.
season game, yes.
Okay.
I believe regular season game, yes.
Okay.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that that first playoff game comes up in 2 weeks from today, because some of the other schools in Division III in the state of Wisconsin do have some games next weekend yet.
I remember this was a few years ago. Lakeland just had an outstanding record. I think they finished the season 12-0 or 10-0, undefeated, whatever it was. And not that they were a shoo-in for the playoffs, but you figure, well, they should be able to get in, and they got nixed.
That was before we got the automatic bids.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I suppose some of what they have now was a product of what happened in the past with that, don't you think?
Well, basically, the conference, you have to have how it's set up, how the NCAA, they will not recognize a conference unless you have X amount of teams in that conference.
Oh, really?
So, oh, absolutely. They won't recognize you for the automatic as far as that goes. Basketball, baseball, football, it all goes the same way. Once you're recognized, then the conference champion is going to automatically get a bid to the NCAA playoffs.
So that's part of the reason why maybe Greenville's in the conference, even though it's so far away. You got to get your number of teams up.
They've been in this. Actually, if you remember correct, a while back ago, about 5-6 years ago, Greenville had one heck of a team. They were rated real high in the nation in Division III. They were in the top of the conference at that time. Just shows you how things go around.
Right.
Now, unfortunately, they're struggling to play 500 ball.
All righty, it's first down and 10. Thompson fakes the handoff.
Blitz. Oh, he snuck through there. A shuffled pass there.
Yeah, nice for a big guy.
Yes, he did.
Ducked pretty quick.
Shuffle pass there to Anthony Lash.
Lash makes a nice catch and a little bit of a run.
About a 3-yard gain on the play, 2-3-yard gain.
Well, it's better than taking about a 5 or a 6-yard loss, that's for sure.
Thompson just ducked on that one, and the defender just slid right. And actually, we had 2 defenders on that play coming in there for the sack.
And then just to show you how good Lakeland is, even when the catch was made, there were 2 defenders out on Lash. It's hard for him to get away. There's a handoff to Lash, and nothing doing. In on the play for Lakeland was Donnie Harris, number 30, amongst others. Give them no gain. You know, they had them for only 2 carries in the first quarter, Dennis, and that was by Thompson, and those were both sacks. And I'm not sure how you guys do this stat-wise. You know, high school football, you just mark it on their rushing. In the pros, of course, they mark it on their passing. But anyway, it's 3rd down and 8. Scheringer coming on the blitz. Pass is complete.
It's a nice ball he threw
to
there.
Taylor, yeah, it was a zipper.
Yes, it was.
Right to the 35. Taylor making the catch.
Bryson Taylor on the catch there. Yeah, that was a very nice thrown ball.
Want to give him a lot of touches. He seems like a pretty good athlete out there. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. You get a good shot of Coach. In motion is DeJulio. Thompson fires it short. DeJulio makes a catch. He's dropped at about the 38-yard line. Well, they're spreading it around. It's a 3rd different receiver to make a catch in the quarter.
You know, all the wide outs and everything, we really haven't seen a pass go downfield all that far, not more than 10 yards downfield as of yet. And you'd think the way they're set like that, that might be part of their package to get a little deeper. But
well, maybe part of the reason for that is Thompson's getting rushed so heavily.
He's definitely getting a lot of pressure.
Well, and they're trying to do it with 5 blockers. Many times Lash is going out. They give it to Lash, and first hit was made by Dorian. Lash doesn't pick up a whole lot on that play.
Boy, he just kept fighting to stay after him on that play. Did you see it? He trailed him all the way around, made the tackle. Good effort.
Yeah, only 1 yard on that play. It looked like they may have had Lakeland fooled, but Lakeland very quick on defense.
Good lateral pursuit on that.
There you see big number 60 in the middle of the line. 3 wide receivers to the right. Lakeland fakes the blitz, pass up the middle. Cutting in front, trying to make the interception
28.
was Cleveland Pierce, but couldn't quite come up with it. That was Thompson's first incompletion of the quarter. It's 3 for 4. Fourth down. I can't catch a number of that
I
kid
see
either.
the 2 on there. I can't. I don't see the other side. Is that 27 or?
Barrel is the return man.
Ooh, that was close to being blocked. 29 is our kicker.
Seth Farger. Remember, H is silent.
That's right, Farger. Freshman.
Freshman's?
Freshman. A frosh. You see where that kick did just hang up there. He got it straight up in the air, and it did not carry.
No, and maybe that coach did make a good decision punting on 3rd down.
Lakeland takes over at their own 32, 33-yard line.
Yeah, it was only a 28-yard punt.
Right.
Denham, I believe, is the back.
Yes, he is.
And a fake handoff to him. Myuri is sacked. Making the stop for Greenville was Michael Brewer. Loss of 6 on the play. Lakeland up 19-0. We're at 8:15 and counting of the second quarter. Mike Martin along with Dennis Semp bringing you to this afternoon's ball game. Denham trying to find a hole, but the running was tough. Stop was made by Barton Davis.
They snuffed that out. Besides Davis, there's 3 other defenders on that play also. It was not going anyplace on that.
No.
Let's see what that passing game's going to show us now on this.
Yeah, exactly.
So far, it's been pretty nice.
Yeah, not too bad.
Receivers have been open quite a few of the times out here. We got two receivers both ways.
Hey.
Huber in motion.
Myuri looking down the field, fires it. Diving attempt is made. I don't think that's a completed pass. The intended receiver was Gatlin again.
I didn't think Myuri didn't get as much on the ball as he wanted to. You could see the ball start to dive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was diving down. He just didn't have a good toss on that one. But he does move out of the pocket nice and
seems to throw on the run pretty well.
Yeah, that one, like I say, just a little bit off. Didn't have enough power behind it.
Taylor and Montesinos are the deep return men. Taylor is deep. There you get a good look at him, number 11. Oh, fake. Barry's got it. He's going to go for the first down and much more. Whoa! Get out of my way.
Did he deliver a shot?
Wow, they had Greenville totally fooled on that play.
Let's run down to the 43-yard line of Greenville. Wow. Did he deliver a blow? I don't know if we got to look at that again, but boy, that defender went backwards when that shot was taken.
First down and 10. What do you got it there, Dennis? 42?
About 42, yes, 42-yard line.
All right. 22 and 8 will be a 30-yard run. Wow.
Really adds to your
totals
there and his average.
Inside handoff to Jervis. Tries to break to the outside. Spun around, stays on his feet, and he's finally pushed back after getting inside the 30-yard line. Make that a 13-yard gain.
He's at.
There's a replay of that fake.
Watch the hit.
Boom.
Number 11.
Taylor, get out of my way.
A wide receiver there trying to make a tackle. Doesn't work that well.
Ball at the 29.
But Jervis, he's a pretty good load coming through there. He's a thick body.
Exactly. That's part of what makes him a good blocker, I think, too.
He's built fairly low to the ground, and they had a hard time getting a hold of him on the tackle there.
Denham.
Here we go with that play action again.
Here he rolls.
Oh, wide open.
Deep.
Yes.
Receiver making a catch.
Touchdown.
That's the guy you're looking for
Gilmore.
the last time. Gilmore. He got it this time.
Boy, we get a flag on the play.
Uh-oh. And there you see the cannon went off. Confetti cannon.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, it looks like we have here.
Well, maybe they'll get that tacked on after the kickoff.
I'm assuming they'll do it that way unless they're going to go for, I don't know if they can use that on the PAT here, move it halfway and then go for 2. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here because they missed the earlier 2.
Exactly. My plan would be give it to 37.
He just hits that hole quick. Ball's marked on a 3. It'll be marked from the kickoff.
Okay, that was a 29-yard touchdown pass from Myrie to John Gilmore.
Gilmore, again, wide open on it. These receivers are getting behind the Greenville defenders just at will, it seems like.
Exactly.
They go downfield, they go down in that 15, 20-yard pass. The short ones is where they had problems, where they are, and they go a little deeper.
You know what I think really helps is Lakeland's success running the ball.
Yeah, the play action that they're running. All those passes, he rolls, it's a play action pass.
Yeah. And if he doesn't feel like passing, he just runs for 10.
Yeah, like I say, he's not shy of doing that either.
No.
Now, the penalty be assessed on the kickoff, so.
Lakeland lining up for 2. Kudrowski missed the last 2 extra point attempts. Barry is the deep back, 1 wide receiver. They hand it off to him up the middle, and of course he goes in almost untouched.
There's nothing to this game, is there?
Really?
Boy, he just shoots through there. They open the holes, they just seal people off, and he just slides right through.
All right, that makes the score 27-0 with 6:32 remaining until halftime.
I was a liberal arts major in college.
I didn't speak a second language.
What could I?
What could I offer the Peace Corps?
The answer surprised me. I served in South Africa teaching HIV/AIDS awareness.
Working with my students in Nicaragua was a great experience. We taught each other a lot about our countries and cultures.
This is the Peace Corps today.
Redefine your world. Join the Peace Corps.
Apply now at peacecorps.gov.
I believe so.
Yeah. We're back at Lakeland. There you see it, the Muskies on top, 27-0. Dennis and I were looking at the score sheets, and Lakeland is in blue, and the first quarter is almost all blue, and second quarter is mostly blue. There's just a little bit of red on each sheet. Lakeland really dominating on the offensive side. I was going to say, Dennis, one of the things I didn't like about the playoff scenario deal is that point totals count, right? So if you just hammer the crap out of somebody,
unfortunately,
that's
especially
your advantage.
When you get into the situation with a
point differential.
Well, you go into point differential. That's one of the ways to break the tie when you have more than the 2 teams that are tied. If 2 teams are tied, it's just a head-to-head situation.
Correct.
Whoever beats who. Now you got 3. Now it gets a little more complicated.
Kickoff is into the end zone, taken by Taylor, and he wants to come out, and he is. Oh, he's got an opening right up the middle. He could go all the way. Got 1 man back, trying to make the stop, can't. Chasing him down is Bayroll. Bayroll gets him, and I think he wanted to pitch back to his teammate. But
hang on to that ball.
Patterson got in front of him, but what a great return.
Well, ball's down to about the Lakeland 13-yard line.
Yeah,
he took
Bryson
it about 5
Taylor.
yards deep into the end zone.
So
at first
-5 to where is that ball going to be spotted?
I think we're looking, what are we at, the 13-yard line, I believe.
87, 92-yard return then.
First I thought it was a mistake on his part to take off on that from so deep into the end zone. But he broke that initial line there, and it's pretty clear sailing for about 40 yards before Barrel finally got a good angle on him there and was able to
make him change direction.
Yep.
There was 1 man back for Lakeland, but he kind of eluded him. It was Barrel that came from behind.
I think we're having problems with the down markers again. The Ching, I mean.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
Well, you got a rope in your car, Mike? We could...
I was thinking, I think they got the chain gang kind of like I did. They walk in the gym and pluck out 2 guys from there.
Yeah, that's me. You know, it's...
Hey, you're doing a great job. You got a future in TV, man.
Yeah, well...
It's more fun yelling at you from behind the screen when you're open.
I know. I like
in
that.
Good nature,
I like that
course.
better, too.
Right up the middle is Lash, and he
there.
goes nowhere. Lakeland stuffs him.
55, J.C. Davidson, linebacker, made a good hit on that play.
Oh, Lash actually lost a yard.
Yes, he did.
He's got 3 carries in the game for no yards.
The way this Greenville team set up, they don't impress me as a running team at all.
No.
I mean, not just, you know, you could tell they're set up right away at the beginning in the spread. Thompson goes under center, it takes away. Now he's a little play action here, nice play.
Nice pass and catch.
Touchdown.
And his touchdown, his end, number 80, and he's not on the program, goes in. Oh, yeah, he is. Remember?
Yes,
Josh Hunter. Hunter is number 62 and number 80.
62 on defense and 80 on offense.
And nice pass and catch.
And he did look like a lumbering guard on that one.
Yeah, good point. He absolutely did, you're right. 15-yard scoring pass. And Greenville finally on the board.
Definitely a load there. Number 48, Ian Berg, attempting the extra point.
Left-footed kicker, it's got to be good. 27-7, Lakeland on top with 5:44 remaining in the first half. We'll be right back after a short break.
No more. Ha! Again, you lose.
She can't throw us another odd number.
0. Nobody win. I like you boys. You got, how do you say, big balls.
Don't gamble with your life. Use a condom. Stop the spread of AIDS.
Took it out and ate it.
I was listening to a part of it on the radio last night. It sounded early like they had some chances to stick it in. They had a ball inside the 10,
Talk a little bit about the South game last night. And basically, in the entire first quarter, they had the ball within the Neenah 40-yard line, and they did have it down, I think, near the 10-yard line, a 4th and less than 1, and as a matter of fact, it was inside the 10. They got stuffed, and they continued to have good field position, but didn't score till the second quarter. So they had some opportunities, but couldn't come through. It was a very tough loss. I really feel bad for those kids.
That's too bad. Well, we can hope our 2 remaining
Sheboygan
teams
Falls
today.
and Random Lake went today.
Random Lake has really come around here the last month of the season, just playing excellent defensive ball and offensive ball.
That's one of the things, a team can get into the playoffs, like Neenah,
right?
5-3 or whatever they were at the end of the regular season. All of a sudden you get hot, and boy, it makes a big difference. Right through the middle is Denham, and he's over the
nice return
over the 45 near the 50-yard line. Denham showing good quickness. It's going to be marked at the Lakeland 48, so great field position for the Muskies, only 52 yards away from pay dirt.
I'd like to see a nice patient drive here, march the ball down the field, run that thing, and we'll take some time off.
Coach talking
to our defense there, yeah. We still want that D to play.
Don't let up.
That's right.
They put a lot of pressure on the Greenville quarterback. New quarterback for Lakeland. Brad Wilk in for the Muskies. Myuri taking a series off. And a flag on the play. Let's see what this is all about. Penalty goes on Lakeland. .61 freshman.
Freshman out of Roselle, Illinois.
First down and 15.
Denham.
Off to Denham, and he hits the hole hard, picks up 5 yards.
5-6 yards on that play.
Well, right back where they started for the penalty. Denham now has 30 yards in 8 carries in the game. We're all over that, Tom.
We're up already.
Who was that?
I believe we get Denham again on the carry? Yes.
Okay.
About a 4-yard gain.
Pounding it up the middle. Ball down to the 48 of Greenville. It's going to make it
about 3rd and 6, huh?
Yeah,
looks like that. Short 6. We'll see how Wilk handles this first 3rd down situation here. Give him the opportunity to throw the ball, or are we going to? We'll run it again.
Berry trying to bounce outside, bounces off of 2 tackles, but then he's finally pulled down.
Denham was the runner on that again.
Denham, yeah, at about the 45. I thought he might be able to get to the outside, but somebody got a grip on his jersey, and there wasn't any getting away the second time.
Well, it's 4th and 2, Mike. And we're at the 45.
Let's go for it.
Denham in the backfield.
Jervis is the up back. I think they're going to hand it off, Dennis. I don't think they're going to have Wilt passing.
I would think so. And they do it easily. Oh, he broke loose.
Broke loose, and he got it down to the 35. Boy, what a hole.
10-yard gain on that. He was very quick to the hole on that time. These Lakeland backs are just getting to that line and getting to that hole so quickly.
John Gilmore, number 81, led Denham through the hole.
Flag on the play here.
Illegal procedure on Lakeland. Oh, boy. Hate to see that.
So now we're going to push back to have 4th and about 7. I think it's time to punt.
I don't think they'll punt from this. Oh, yeah, 50-yard line. You're right.
You don't want to give the opposing team any more, or Greenville any more momentum than necessary in this, and get them at the 50-yard line. Yeah, short field like that. Make them. They don't have anybody back yet though for receiving the punt. They're short.
Well, the last time Lakeland lined up the punt, they direct snap to Berry, and he ran it 30 yards for a first down.
I'd punt it and let that baby roll.
Kick is away, and it's going to...
Good job. Excellent kick.
Be down inside the 5 at about the 2. Wow, what a punt. Great coverage by Lakeland to cover it. Berry was down there. I think downing it.
Ryan Vanderloo downed that ball on the 2-yard line. You know, that's the problem. If you don't put anybody back to field that thing and they'll just let it bounce like that.
You're at the mercy of the punters.
Another, 10, 15 yards Lakeland gained on that.
48-yard punt. It's going to be 1st and 10, ball on the 2-yard line. There you see Dennis. You look pretty good in that shot.
Boy, oh boy. If I'd have known I was doing this,
Ryan, go over that way a little bit.
I'd address
and
for
show
the park.
Tom, get out from there. It's Tom Retzek, umping buddy. And then if you go over some more, we got the stats men. They keep looking at me to see if they got it right. That's pretty scary. Well, quick out. That was big number 88, John DiGiulio on the catch.
Scheringer was on that thing in a flash. He slid off Scheringer, but again, he was tackled for, I believe, no gain on that play, still on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Looked like the throw was actually lateral on there, too, from
we'll call it
Thompson.
Because we don't know.
You don't want me to complicate your stats here any more than necessary, right?
Don't make me process any more than I have to.
Well, we're in a shotgun in the end zone.
And don't get a holding call back there or else.
Here comes Scheringer. Well, we had motion on the offensive line.
Well,
that's a yard penalty on this one.
Those two inside linebackers, Scheringer, and I think it's is it Vanderloo, 45 the inside? But those guys keep bouncing around, from one hole to the next, and this offensive line,
they get a little jumpy.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. A little jumpy. 2:24 remaining until halftime. Lakeland on top, 27-7.
Lakeland right now, they're looking to get a nice stop here and get the ball back in good field position and maybe punch one more in before half.
Not much of a penalty, 1 yard. We'll take whatever we can get. Well, the other guy that's kind of bouncing around in there was Donnie Harris, number 30, but he moves outside now. It's Vanderloo and Scheringer, the inside linebackers. And they're coming, bringing a house. Pass deep to Taylor. He's got it, makes a fingertip catch. He's going to outrun the defense. I don't think they'll catch him.
99 yards.
Wow. How often do you see that?
But
well, that's
basically
a chance
perfect play for that. You know, just hang that thing up there, let the guy run underneath the ball, and it was just perfect.
Holy cow! Lightning in a bottle.
You know, and Taylor has been their offense so far today.
Exactly. He has been the man. Well, he's got 2 catches in the quarter, actually in the ball game, for 114 yards.
Mm-hmm. Plus he ran the kickoff.
Yep. A big one.
Another 90-some yards.
That's right, 92 yards we had him for that. So he's going to be tired, boy. He's going to need a little oxygen at halftime.
We've got a ball game back here now again.
Timeout by Greenville to talk over whether to go for 2 or not. And boy, it would seem like a no-brainer to go for 1. Of course, maybe they didn't have the right personnel in there for the extra point after that long play.
Come on, David. Come on, David. Let's go, David. Come on.
Come on, David. You got the love.
Get as involved in your kids' education as in everything they do, and imagine the success they might find. Stay in touch with the teacher. Visit the school. For more tips, call 1-800-281-1313.
There you see some concerned fans.
They're just happy they don't have to be all bundled up here in November at a ball game.
Really?
Fantastic.
Well, we just had a 99-yard touchdown pass from Lee Thompson to Bryson Taylor. Taylor earlier in the game, matter of fact, in this quarter, had a 92-yard kickoff return. And we got ourselves a ball game.
We're going for 2.
And they are going for 2. I'm somewhat surprised. Thompson barking, signals he's under center this time. Steps back, fires, and it's going to be pass interference by Lakeland's Mark Edmond.
He just kept running, never looked back for the ball, and ran right through the offensive player there. Didn't let him.
Well, that's going to make it even an easier 2-point conversion because it'll move the ball up.
About 1.5 yards away.
Although Greenville has not been successful running the ball. In 5 running attempts, they have -9 yards. 2 of those coming on, or 9 of those, the -9 were on sacks, but my limited knowledge of stat keeping, we just mark it with the rushing plays.
Make it simple, right?
Exactly. The KISS principle.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say that, Mike.
You were thinking it, though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Seriously.
Another blitz on the play.
Well, I think that would probably rule that uncatchable. You know, they didn't want to throw a flag on something.
Way out of the end zone, yeah.
Well, with 1:51 remaining until halftime, there you see it, Lakeland on top, 27-13, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Yes, we do.
It's what Wisconsin is known for. It touches every corner of our state. The products we are known for, the strength of our economy, the environment, the way we earn our living. Wisconsin is America's dairyland, and its dairy businesses are evolving every day. Where is it now? How important will it be tomorrow? Watch America's Dairyland.
I didn't have to last year. The year before I had 2 times. How was it?
Well, they got part of it right. Mike Martin and Dennis Semph, SEMPH.
Do I look like a baseball coach?
Well, you've been involved with baseball for one heck of a long time.
Yeah, but I got smarter. Now I'm umpiring, right?
No, you got slower. You can still hit a curveball. I bet you put a bat in your hands, you can still hit a curveball.
You throw that thing. What a rip.
Well, I thought I had a pretty good curveball. I remember pitching batting practice to you, and that's exactly what it was, batting practice, because you were ripping them all over the park that one practice we had.
Denham on the return.
Oh, are we calling a football game now?
I think we have a game here, Mike.
1st and 10, Lakeland.
1:43 left in the first half here.
And who's coming in at the QB spot?
Yeah, we got Maori.
Maori back in. Good move by the coach.
I think so.
Ball is at we'll call it the 34.
Are we going to start lighting it up a little bit here, you think? Move it on down the field? Of course, the way the running game goes, they move it up just as fast with that.
With Barry back there, crying aloud, you can get 12, 13, 14 yards just like you could pass.
Now we're in a shotgun here.
And I think it's Denham in the backfield, too.
Yes.
Lakeland jumping off just a little bit quick. The guard, or pardon me, the tackle, Byron Vandalen, jumped just a little bit too quick.
Yeah, you could see that butt just pop up a little bit there.
Hard to miss. It's going to be 1st and 15 now. And the ball is back to the 29.
And if you notice, though,
throwing with the window, Dennis.
Yes, indeed. Barry snuck out on that play and was sitting over the middle. It looked like they were trying to set up a little inside, and he's going there again.
Deep out.
Wide open.
Gatlin wide open, you're right. Don't go backwards. And he's going to be hit and dropped inside the 50-yard line of Greenville. Boy, oh boy, he was really lost track of. And another big catch.
You know, I understand when you're playing a little, when you're playing deep on that, but that pass was deep. It was 30 yards downfield almost on that play.
Mairi tucks it in. He's going to run with it.
We got another hold on the play, I would think.
Yeah, he gets it down to the 40, but this is going to be coming back.
Yeah.
Gatlin with another big reception. That one that he just made was for 23 yards, and he's sitting with over 100 yards in receiving yards.
Hold on that play. The call came from referee Dick Fredericks.
Gatlin had 92 yards of reception in the first quarter. And tack on this 23-yarder, he now has 115 yards, Dennis, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 catches.
Yeah, he's having it. And like you say, there's just been nobody around him. He's just finding any openings.
Mairi tucks it in. It's a second down, and or pardon me, 1st and about 20, and he picks up 9 of those back.
Quick timeout by Lakeland on the play.
Mairi picks up 9 yards on the play, and then, like you called it, Dennis, they do take the timeout with 1:03 left. When you pick up 9 on a 1st and 20, you know, it's pretty manageable.
I mean, that's what you want to do. You don't need to get it all at one time. Just, you know, nickel and dime it and work your way upfield. Like I say, with the college game, you know, you get a first down. We're stopping the clock all the time, so you don't have to be burning timeouts left and right. And they're in pretty good shape right here with a little over a minute and 3 left in the second quarter.
This will be our TV8's final broadcast of the football season. Need to keep track, you know, check TV8 for their basketball schedule. That'll be coming up, I think we have our first game sometime in later November.
Coming out to Lakeland this year again a few times?
Yep, at least twice on one of the schedules I saw, and then I heard there was some revisions made. I know we might have a Saturday afternoon with a doubleheader, and then one boys and then one girls game.
You know, a 1 and a 3 o'clock ball games. That'd be great.
Yeah, Barry going out in motion, fire it behind Gatlin. It goes incomplete.
That was ugly from the start.
Yeah, really.
I mean, they nobody went and followed Barry, where one guy followed Barry and the other guy's just hung with Gatlin there, and he was covered. If he catches that thing, he's probably going to lose a yard on that play.
You're right. Okay, it's 3rd down and 11. We have 58 seconds remaining until halftime. Lakeland is on top, 27-13. Gatlin is wide to the right. Myuri's running for his life and throws it as he falls down. The ball is tipped and then caught by Greenville. It's going to go as an interception.
No. That was a player that was off the field that caught the ball.
Was it really?
Yeah. It was a deflection by the player on the field, and it was caught by a person out of play.
That's why we got you up here, Dennis. You can see.
I got to be careful when I put you behind the plate in ball games next summer, Mike. I don't know.
I might be losing my job from up in the announcing booth. Oh, man. 4th down.
Kudrowski back to punt again.
Yeah, and look out, Taylor's back deep to return this. The short back is Montesinos. Kudrowski's kick is high and deep.
Signal fair catch.
And he makes it at about the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Greenville.
Lakeland's definitely got to like to see that when he starts signaling for that fair catch. Don't worry about him bouncing off people.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate for Greenville. He's pretty much their only offense so far that we've seen today.
Well, I thought Thompson did make a couple of real nice throws.
Yes.
I mean, that one for the 99-yarder was, and he just laid it out there and was under pretty good pressure. So it held his composure.
If they'd have some running to go with this, that they could offset it, but
yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's we got another half to go.
4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Thompson under center. Scheringer looking to blitz and then backs out.
Thompson just kept the ball there, and the keeper just happy to run this thing out for the half. Don't make a mistake down here and give Lakeland an easy score. That's going to be the last play of the half.
Could be it, you're right. Thompson picks up a yard on that keeper. Clock running. We're at 10 seconds and counting until halftime. It's been an exciting half of football.
That's a big place.
Very big.
Nice
92-yard kickoff return, a 99-yard touchdown pass, and that's the half. We're at halftime at Lakeland College, where the Muskies lead it 27-13.
That's a great punt by Jennifer. Raymond really got a hold of that one. A lot of hard work is starting to pay off for Gene.
With programs like First Tee, Special Olympics, Midnight Golf, and the Buddy Program, PGA of America members are dedicated to reaching thousands of individuals in all kinds of communities.
Words can't describe the feeling of winning your first tournament.
Lazy bones, open through the day.
All over America, we're no longer just sedentary, we're stationary. And that's bad news for your bones, because bones need weight-bearing activity to grow strong and stay strong. So get up, get out, get moving. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Never heard a word I say.
Thank you.
And cholesterol. They could ruin your appetite forever. Tonight, make it vegetarian. Visit PCRM.org.
You just can't score without a condom. Stop the spread of AIDS.
We're back at Taylor Field on the campus of Lakeland College, where we're getting ready to start the second half action. In the first half, Lakeland pretty much dominated play, at least in time of possession and yards. They had 352 yards and 44 plays to Greenville's 145 yards in 18 plays. Time of possession, Lakeland had it just a touch over 19 minutes. And Greenville had it just a touch under 11, and yet they're still in the ball game, Dennis.
Yeah, and you got to look at that 145 yards. 99 came on one play.
Right.
So they really, it was very minimal, and yet they're still in the ball game. They're hanging around, being pesky.
The other big play that they had that doesn't really show up in the total yardage is that 92-yard kickoff return that was taken like maybe about 5 yards deep.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Leading rusher for Lakeland was Aaron Berry. He had 9 carries for 93 yards and really lit it up.
Kadalstri's kickoff.
And unfortunately, Taylor's got it at the 5.
And he's got a little window over there.
Yeah, he's got the sideline. He's out over the 50, down to the 40, and he's going to be dropped at about the 36-yard line. And Greenville in great position off another excellent kickoff return by, get the right
Bryson
name.
Taylor.
Bryson Taylor.
He is automatic offense, boy. He lights it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we might have to Lakeland might have to do some directional kicking after this.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
First and 10, Greenville. Ball spotted on the 36-yard line. Three wide receivers off to the right, one to the left. Lash is the lone setback with Thompson.
Little screen pass.
Little screen
Lash.
pay, and he's got room to run. He's got himself a first down near the 20. And there's a flag. See what that's all about. It looked like there was a fumble on the end of the play, and Lakeland came up with it. Well, if the penalty is on Greenville, Lakeland will definitely decline that.
It's a holding call.
Yep, on Greenville, and it's declined. I think there's gonna, Scott was gonna show us a replay, but didn't have it queued up exactly right. It's gonna be first and 10 Lakeland, so they get a little bit of a break.
Definitely. Greenville, they push in a score there, and we've got a one-score game.
Ball on the 22-yard line. So 14-yard pickup on the play, but there was a fumble lost on it.
Denham is in there as the deep back in the eye.
Myuri pulls back, then he keeps it, and he's got a lot of room to run.
He's got that
bounces
little stutter
to the
step,
outside,
and he's breaking loose.
And he hammers that Greenville tackler, and finally is knocked out of bounds right around the 50-yard line. A big gainer.
Did that little stutter step right at the beginning there, bounced off, and then just took off outside there. He must have stepped out of bounds a little bit earlier. They're putting it on the 40,
back to the 45.
Lakeland 45-yard line.
Still a good gain.
Absolutely.
23 yards. Gervasi up back, and Myuri follows him. Another keeper, and a fumble late after the whistle. Minimal gain, maybe 2 or 3.
About a 2-yard gain, I believe, Mike.
Yeah. Well, already 25 yards rushing for Myuri here in the quarter. Denham streaking up the middle, gets it into Greenville territory, just short of the first down.
Can have about a 3rd and 1 here, it looks. Nice situation to be in. Looks like our 2-down territory again.
Oh, yeah. Pick up a 6 by Denham. 3rd and 2. Jervis has it. He barrels forward for the first down inside the 40. Good run. Travis Jervis.
He's a bull runner when he gets that ball, isn't he? I mean,
oh, yeah.
You notice his stance. He was pretty much straight up and down, but he just pushed right through.
You know, that's what happens when you don't get to carry the ball much. When you get it, finally, it's like, give me that ball some more.
Yep.
1st and 10, Lakeland. Ball spotted on the 37.
Excuse me, Mike. He's got enough of that blocking. He said once in a while, feed me once in a while. Let me handle that thing.
I can do it. Myuri rolling to the right. He's got a blocker in front of him. Now he puts it down. He's going to run. Shoestring tackle. He's going to be near the first down.
Another 10-yard gain, absolutely. They're stopping the clock.
Tackle was made by Edward Harriel. Ten-yard pickup. Fans are getting pretty rowdy out there.
Yeah, they're not froze. They're warm. It's a nice day.
Really. 1st and 10, Lakeland at the 27. They're on top, 27-13. We're in 3rd quarter. Hand off to Denham, yeah, and he gets another good chunky yardage.
About 7 yards on that play, I think, Mike.
I'll tell you,
they marked it back a little. Marked it back probably 2nd and 4. About a 6-yard pickup.
So ball is on the 22 about?
Yep.
Fake. No, they did give it to Jervis. Short yardage. He was stacked up near the line of scrimmage. He's saying my face mask was pulled. Referee doesn't buy that. Well, he did pick up a couple of yards, more than I thought he did.
Ball's on about the 19-yard line. 3rd and 1.
Yeah. Quarterback sneak. And looks like Myuri has it. See where they spot it. They're moving the chains, so it is a first down. Ball is placed right on about the 15-yard line. That's what we'll call it anyway. A good push by the interior line again, Dennis, for Lakeland. They're really, seems like most of it's coming right up the middle.
Yes, we have a timeout there by Greenville. They got to get themselves reset here. Didn't like what they had, what was happening there. I mean, Lakeland is just pushing right through them.
Yeah, there's, but you know, it's like we said at coming into the second half, Greenville's still in the game, even though they're getting kicked around the ballpark.
Yep.
Or the football field.
Yeah, it's the ballpark's over there, Mike.
They play on this field with a ball, so it can be a ballpark too. Ball field.
Okay.
Stop arguing with me.
Hey, I'm a new guy here.
I think you got a future in TV.
Oh, sure. As long as you don't have to put my face on the tube, we're in good shape here.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, I feed you a little information, man. You're right there.
Hey, you were wide open for that one.
Here we go. 1st and 10, Lakeland. They've pretty much had it their way. Denham is the deep back. Myuri steps back, throws to the corner of the end zone. Gatlin with a leaping attempt, but he can't come down with it. Good pass protection and good defense.
Yeah,
he
didn't have the space that he's had in the last couple times when he's been open for passes, but he didn't. The ball was right there again. It was catchable. It would have been a heck of a catch going up like that, but he went up to get that thing.
Well, it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 15-yard line. See if they go back to the ground. Jervis is the up back and Denham the deep back. Gatlin is wide to the left.
It's 1-on-1 he's on too, so
a little slant play might work too.
There's Denham.
Denham bouncing off a right tackle. He's going to go to the end zone. Did he get it? Yes, touchdown. Denham showing pretty good quickness that time.
He just ran away from people.
And another touchdown for Lakeland, and that really helps because Greenville had closed the gap, but now Lakeland sitting with a 20-point advantage. Could make it 21 with the extra point. With that touchdown and that 15-yard run, Denham now has 26 yards and 3 carries in the quarter. For the game, he has 63 yards and 13 carries.
Going for 2 again here.
Jervis in motion.
Little fade pattern.
Yeah, it's going to be
just overthrown.
Yeah, Royal was the intended receiver, but he couldn't come up with it. 2-pointer is no good, and it remains 33-13 with 11:07 in the third quarter. Lakeland on top.
The digital divide is the distance we allow between those who have the power of information and those who don't. In AmeriCorps, we're working to bridge that gap so that all of us can get to a better place. We're going around the world, on the web. In AmeriCorps, it's not can you make a difference, it's where. It's your world. It's your chance to make it better.
On the field here, and I saw that was...
There you see some happy Muskies. They pretty much rammed it right down Greenville's throat.
They definitely did.
15-yard touchdown run by Martin.
10 plays, 78 yards.
Greenville 13.
Now we'll see if we can keep that ball away from Bryson Taylor on the kickoff here.
Really. Kick it left. Of course, then you know what they might do is run a little bit of reverse and hand it off to Taylor.
You're way ahead of the game here, Mike. You're just too far. Well, he's not going to return that one.
Well, he might. He scoops it up nicely, cuts back, looking for that sideline again, but he's going to be pulled out of bounds. Joe Tome, I think it was. 31, Scheringer making the stop.
It's a little more workable having the ball back on the 28-yard line.
Yes, sir. And, well, like we've said, you know, you've mentioned a couple times, Greenville has not shown a great propensity for moving the ball. You know, I look at my sheets, it's almost all blue, which represents Lakeland, and very little of the red.
Now, one big play we had in the first half.
Yeah, that was huge. They don't come any longer than that.
No.
Technically, 99 is 99.
That's correct.
Lash on a draw play. He's stacked up, maybe picked up a yard at best.
Yes, their running offense is basically non-existent here.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I think the official stats had them at -8 for the first half, and unofficial stats had them at -8.
That's pretty good.
So the official stats guys got it right. Oh, they didn't like that. 2nd down and 9. Thompson straight back, fires it over the middle. Nice catch made by Montesinos, and then he's dropped at about the 40-yard line, just over the 40.
Montesinos came in motion on that, went upfield and just curled to the inside, inside the 2 wide receivers there, and wide open for the first down.
11-yard pickup.
Again, you gotta like the zip that Thompson puts on that ball.
Yeah, he's got a good arm, that's for sure.
He does.
Did you guys get that down there? It was an 11-yard pickup. Three wide receivers off to the right. Lash, lone setback with Thompson, and a draw play. Thompson going to the outside, and very little gain. But he did have a good lunge there at the end, Dennis. He got it up to the 45.
Got about a 4-yard pickup on that play.
Well, it looked like they were going to stop him for maybe a 1-yard gain, and all of a sudden he squirted through.
It's one of their biggest individual ground gains so far of the game, I believe.
You're right. It was the biggest gain of the entire half for them on the ground.
When you got to depend on the draw to be playing in the running game, that's makes it pretty tough. You know,
yeah, that's tough.
That definitely is.
Lakeland, pretty good pressure. Thompson gets it off.
His pass.
Hits his receiver, I think it was DeGiulio.
John DeGiulio. Another first down.
First and 10. Ball is going to be at the 48 of Lakeland. Not big gainers, but enough that they're moving the sticks.
Yes, they are. They're starting to run a little clock off here too, and you know, it's down by 20 points. You know,
that's good for Lakeland.
Absolutely. Of course, here we're throwing a little deeper. Nice pass again.
Right down the middle, and a great diving attempt, and DeGiulio makes the catch.
They found a little weakness there, I think, on that inside with that.
Well, yeah, I think he likes that big receiver too. Although Taylor's no little guy either,
no.
And he's a fast runner.
Still waiting for him to, you know, go deep on something. It's all this fairly intermediate passes, you know, between 10, 15 yards and nothing. I mean, he's a kid. I mean, with that arm, I would think he can air it out too.
Yeah, well, he showed us that. Of course, he had really great touch on that 99-yarder. That wasn't necessarily a real strong arm. Rushed, and he's going to get sacked. 75, making a sack.
Nick Zek.
Zek likes to play basketball too.
That was he just gave him a little bear hug there and spun him to the ground.
Loss of about 3 yards on that sack. It's going to make it second down and 13. Third sack of the game for Lakeland. Lakeland showing blitz, but they drop out of it. Pass up the middle is complete to Taylor.
You get a flag thrown by the umpire on the play. Normally indicates a holding situation.
Okay.
Here.
Away by number 31, Sam Scheringer. Not penalty flags on the field.
There it is.
Wipe out the completion. Well, it's already second and 13. This will push him back even more. Here, get a good shot of Sam Scheringer, Howard's Grove product. That's where you went to high school, Howard's Grove, right?
Yes, sir. Went to school with his dad. We're in the same grade.
Ooh, are you an old guy?
We are old guys. He's an old guy. I know his dad is. I don't know. I'm not. There he is, right there, Steve.
In the yellow hat?
Yes, indeed.
Alrighty.
Yellow hat, big belly. That's Steve.
He'll appreciate that one. We'll have to make sure he gets a tape of this. You might get your house paid pulled. Taylor back. They're looking to screen. And the pass is incomplete.
Great.
It was intended for Oscar Montesinos, but he got tied up with Scheringer.
He was on the ground already. Sam had lit him up already. He was down there on that play. And
stay away from Sam. I got that as being Thompson's first incompletion.
The second
of the
half.
Quarter. Yeah, second half, too. Either way.
It's pretty much the same there, I guess. Yeah, he's been throwing the ball really nice this half.
Third down and 23. Can't be messing with that TV8 stuff. Thompson looking up the middle. Pass is incomplete. You know, Montesinos wanted to take off running before he had it gathered in.
We will see a punt here.
When Lakeland's going to get a chance to run one back. Now, if they keep plugging stuff into our little extension cord there thing, and the picture goes black, that means we got a problem.
Does it mean we're on radio?
Yeah, that means we transfer over to radio. That's right.
Well, here's that
fake.
Oh, this is ugly.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Boom.
It's complete,
but not for very far. Yeah, where were they going to go with that?
Wow. I don't think too many people were fooled on that play.
No, you know, actually I was a little concerned because when that ball went up in the air, did you see that the receiver's shirt get pulled on? Well, it's a completed pass by the punter to question mark.
Not enough for the first down. Lakeland takes over on downs.
Yeah, they've got it 1st and 10 on the 43. That was a 7-yard pickup. Myrie rolling to the right, grabbed as he throws, diving attempt, but the pass goes incomplete. Jeff Wallace was the intended receiver. All right, 2nd down and 10, Lakeland. They're on top, 33-13, 6:39 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Denham is the deep back. Myrie looks to pass and then tucks it in and runs for about 5 or 6 yards. You know, again, it's hard to tell if you wanted to run with it or, I mean, if you wanted to really pass or.
Yeah, he's not, like you say, he tucks that thing in pretty quickly and, you know, takes off with it. Not afraid. Definitely a good weapon as a runner out there.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, gosh, and he can turn the corner when he gets outside. But he loves to roll to his right-hand side. You can see that and throw that way.
He does have 43 yards this quarter. Pass is complete out to Jervis, and then he's going to be hit and dropped. He maybe got near the 50. I think he's actually stopped short of the 50, maybe a 1-yard pickup only. Will be 4th down. See where they spot it.
And the 48 didn't get a real good mark, but it wouldn't have been enough anyway here.
No. 1 yard on the completion.
So, well, it's 4th down and about 4.
What are we going to do here?
We're not punting. You know, last time we punted down this way, Mike, we put it on the 1-yard line. They threw a 99-yard touchdown pass, so we gave them that setup, I guess. Right. So it's might as well go for it here.
Never punt again. Myrie over the middle.
Nice. Ooh,
Gatlin had it right in his breadbasket, and he dropped it.
Boy, he put that thing right there.
Yeah. Juan Garcia with a good hit.
Good stick.
It's like they say, you know, if it's thrown right in your arms, catch it, you're going to get a hit no matter what, whether you drop it or not.
Now we've got a flag. Looks like it must be a personal foul on the Lakeland sideline here.
You know, they had problems with that the last time I was out here.
With Concordia.
Right. Dankeschön. And he went away walking.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, Lakeland. What?
Getting some camera time.
15-yard penalty gives Greenville a very good field position here inside the 35, about the 34, 33-yard line.
Jeez. That was
short
huge.
field.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing Lakeland has that 20-point lead.
And that, again, that's you know, another mistake you don't want to be doing in that situation. You get a nice lead. Don't be. I don't know where it came from there. I didn't see exactly. All I saw is it come from.
It happened
on the side here. You knew it happened right on the side. All that was around was blue players. So
Montesinos in motion. Thompson straight back, rushed hard. He's going to go out of the pocket and run with it. Slips by one tackler and then is dropped by Scheringer, I believe, making that shoestring stop. He might have a new long gain.
Yeah, I think so. He slipped a couple tackles there, real nice. He was again, he was just slipped one right around the line of scrimmage and got out about a 5-yard gain on the play.
Well, he had a 3-yard sack earlier. Now with this 5-yard gain, he's sitting with a positive 2 yards and 2 carries. He's having a heck of a second half, considering he had -8 in the first half. Second down and 5. Again, looking to pass is Thompson. Steps up and throws. Has his wide receiver who dropped the ball, and then it's kicked out of bounds.
That's Taylor again on the reception, flag on the play.
For Taylor, that's his 3rd reception of the game. It seems like, well, he does have a lot more touches, but when he seems to touch the ball, it's 50, 90, 90.
He's making things happen out there, that's for sure. And Lakeland's got to be concerned with that, so that
yeah, got to keep your eye on that guy.
That's right. And with that, maybe that's what's opening the middle up a little bit for a lot of these passes. I mean, he's been hitting this quarter. What, he's got about 4 or 5 completions right in the middle of the field for good gains.
Well, they're looking and trying to decide if they should come out and measure. And look, I think the penalty must be on Lakeland.
Yeah, it is. It looks like he was signaling a pass interference call. Now, interference we got on Lakeland. Now here's the kicker on that thing there. It's either a 15-yard penalty or a spot foul. And they think they're taking the play, the gain on the play on this.
And that's down to about the 12-yard line?
Yeah, they've declined the penalty.
1st and 10.
Ball sitting on about the 12, Mike.
So that
12, 13-yard line,
yeah,
yes.
we'll call it a 16-yard play.
Thompson again in the shotgun, as usual.
Yeah, he's been there most of the afternoon.
Couple times, and he looks uncomfortable when he goes underneath the center there, too.
Oh, I know.
They're just not used to that. Here comes a blitz.
Pass to the outside. Pass is incomplete. Good pass defense by
Lakeland. Flag on the play, though.
Yeah, out there on the defense was Jeff Wallace, I think. But looks like it's going to be a pass interference on that young man, and he doesn't like it.
Holding.
On Lakeland.
Yeah.
And, well, call it pass interference, call it holding. It's going to set up a 1st and goal, I believe.
Well, but by the time I could pick up the play on the outside, it looked like the defense had just had the good inside position on the play.
I thought so too.
The flag was in the air at that time, so obviously it came before that.
All right.
Because the ball's in the air, obviously it's going to be a pass interference call, so the penalty must have occurred before that happening. That's why we got a holding penalty on that situation.
All righty, it's a 6-yard penalty. Half the distance to the goal makes it now 1st and goal for Greenville on the 6-yard line. And they have 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lash is the setback with Thompson. And they hand it off to him, and he's going right up the middle. He's going to get close to the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Greenville. Running it in was Anthony Lash. A 6-yard gain, and that's a new long gain for Greenville in the ball game.
You know, and really that play, that's I think probably one of the first times that's been successful for them, that little draw. Otherwise they've just been, you know.
They've been all over that play.
Sucking it up right away, but here he.
Well, they're going to go for 1 this time. Watch out for the fake.
Well, you might as well.
Of course, really.
Bring it down to 13. Yeah, 13, 14, or 13 or 12.
12 doesn't matter. Kick by the left footer is up and through. And with 3:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter, it's Lakeland 33, Greenville 20.
Having twins can be a handful.
Buy 1, get 1 free.
So when I decided to go back to school, I needed to find one that fit our lifestyle. Lakeland College was the perfect place. They offer an easy-to-manage schedule and counselors to help me anytime. Evening classes at Lakeland don't tie our life in knots.
consider a double major?
Oh, Dennis, we came back from that commercial just in time.
Yeah, it was good.
Tom Retzak trying to hijack Dennis's soda.
Oh, he just didn't want to drink that river water, you know.
Yeah, really. It's getting a little cloudy. Shake it up.
Those bugs in there, yeah, it's a little chewy. That's nothing wrong with that, though.
Got to get your protein somehow.
Enough bugs around here, Tom. Why don't you have one of them? A little chocolate on it. Good dessert.
Should have brought a slice of bread. We could have had a ladybug sandwich.
Berg is kicking off here for Greenville.
He just kicked the extra point. Taken by Stewart.
On the 20-yard line.
And he's going to get wrestled down from behind at about the 27.
Yeah, Lakeland's got to step up right here and just, you know, shove it right back at him.
And they've been able to do that, too. Offense has not been a problem. Ball's spotted at about the 29. Maybe we'll call it the 30. Fans getting a little loud right below us. We'll call it the 29. Maybe the 28.
There's Barry.
Yeah, Barry quick to the hole.
Boy, oh boy.
Bango gets it out.
Same as the first half.
Yeah.
Just shy of the first down, I think. We got about a yard to go.
He is very quick to the hole. Oh, he gets a terrible spot, I think.
Yeah. About a yard short.
Gain of about 9, 2nd down.
Second down and 1. Inside handoff to Jervis. He's over the 40 to about the 43 and has a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 Lakeland. Call it the 43. 6-yard pickup for Jervis, Dennis.
Yep, he's
been pounding.
Really nice. Straight ahead, he's just as, you know,
yeah,
north and south runner. That's what he does.
19 yards and only 3 carries. Barry hit right at the line of scrimmage. A good defensive play made by Barton Davis. And that's the first time they've been able to stop.
First time all day he's been stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Barry's a little shaken up. Not used to getting hit
like
that
even
hard.
about a yard loss on that play.
Yeah, you're right. 2nd down and 11 for Lakeland. 2:14 and counting. Barry has it, cuts it back inside, spins off of one tackler, barrels forward, and he's got a first down. Nice run.
Just inside the Greenville 47-yard line. Ball's going to be marked. See him spin through there after that, one of the first hits there, and it got another about 5 yards after that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You know, if you learned to use the right hand there, you would be okay. But this left hand stuff, you know, it's
got a cramp.
Too much writing.
Exactly. Ball on the 47.
There's that option again. Here it goes.
Myuri has it. Wow, he had me fooled.
Very nice fake.
And gets it down inside the 15-yard line, I believe.
Yes, indeed. Hit that the fake handoff to Jervis there, and he sort of stutter steps again, waited for his that play to develop, and it took off between the tackle and the end there in that hole, and nice gainer on the play. Back down to the Greenville 15-yard line.
There you see him getting rolled out of bounds. First and 10 for Lakeland. Ball on the 15. And off to Barry, he drops the ball, picked up by Greenville. Barry chasing him and wrestles him down. I didn't catch a number of that guy. 27? Or was it 77? Nope. I think it was 37, Ryan Fritsch. Here, we'll take a look at it. We'll get the number of that guy. Fumble?
No, 27, isn't it?
27. Yeah, that's what I thought right away.
Barton Davis, freshman linebacker. Chugging down the line there. Nice play.
Fumble lost by Lakeland.
We have got ourselves a ball game here again.
Certainly do. 13-point differential, and Greenville has it with 1:24 remaining.
Little draw
to Lash, and he's hit and dropped in the backfield. Stop is made by Nick Zeck again. Ball is at the
Lakeland
48-yard line. Zeck with the loss. Loss of almost 6 yards on that play. Thompson straight back.
Little swing.
Flips a little swing pass out to Lash. He's got some running room, but he's hit and hit hard. Double crunched. Matt Both was in on the stop along with, you can call his name.
David Benton, linebacker, number 96, made this out. They made some solid contact on him.
Yeah, he paid the price.
Got the ball down to roughly the 38-yard line. We're going to have third and about 6 yards on to go.
Third down play. Man in motion is DeJulio. Thompson straight back.
Nice ball.
Fires it right over the middle to Montesinos, who makes the catch down near the 20-yard line. And that's the end of the third quarter. So Greenville will keep the possession. They'll have 1st and 10 at about the 20 or 21-yard line. And at the end of 3, it's 33-20 Lakeland.
I'm a sophomore in college this year. Man, if you had known me when I was a sophomore in high school, nobody could tell me anything. I gave all my teachers a bad time. They all gave up on me, except my English teacher.
8 years teaching high school English, 10 years in recovery for alcohol addiction.
To be or not to be?
I got help.
That's it right there.
When you get help, who knows just who you'll help along the way.
For drug and alcohol information and treatment referral for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
I'm the best thing you ever had. Only thing I'm guilty of is giving you too much love. Making you crazy, making you rap, making me fall, making me suspect. Seem to think I'm playing her game. Don't you know her? This is me.
There's a better way to have fun with history. Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
Hello, I'm Mark.
Lee Thompson seems to be picking apart the middle of that Lakeland defense. What do you think is happening, Dennis?
He definitely is. He's getting a nice drop there that he's sending 2-3 receivers over, and sometimes he's hitting that second man in there, and it's between that 10 and 15-yard mark. People are wide open there. And he's, gosh, he must have had about 5-6 completions during the last quarter.
You know what I've noticed too is Lakeland did a lot of blitzing early on in the game, and then when they got beat on that 99-yarder, it seems like the number of blitzes that Lakeland is executing is really reduced.
Yeah, they're dropping back, it seems, and they're hitting that pass in front of a lot of these people. You know, they're not getting the big gainer, but hey, I'll take 10, 15 yards if somebody's going to give it to me there, and that's what Greenville's doing.
Maybe they should start blitzing again.
Not a bad idea. It might be. We can't go 99 yards here at least.
No, that's right. Well, Lakeland looking like they're going to blitz there. Oh, player jumped offside and came back. In high school football, that kills the play. In college, I think it's a little bit different. And then Lakeland claiming that one of the Greenville linemen jumped. Oh, number 50 doesn't like it. That would be, for Greenville, number 50 is Trenton Donkey. No, Danke.
Danke. Remember, we don't want to call him Donkey. Legal procedure there.
Yep. Ooh, Lakeland catches a little bit of a break.
Well, normally
I think Scheringer jumped offside.
Well, yeah,
Vandaloo jumped offside.
College ball, as long as the ball isn't snapped or he doesn't make contact. Now, if he makes contact, then you're going to kill it right away. But there was no contact. Offense moved.
Remains first down, but now it's 1st and 15. The ball outside the 25-yard line.
Remember in the first half, we had that happen a few times when those linebackers were jumping around. There's some illegal procedure going on.
Thompson straight back, looking. He's flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to run with it. He's got some room to run. A good gainer. He's going to have maybe a first down near the 10-yard line. And that's the first double-figure gain for Greenville in the game. They spot it right on the 10-yard line. The ball was at the 26. That's a 16-yard pickup.
Yes, he did show some mobility on that play, getting around the end there and taking off. If you saw number 30 here, was coming on I think it was a blitz from the side, and he just couldn't get to him, and Thompson had enough speed to get past.
I think he also picked up a little bit of a block from Anthony Lash, number 24. First and, actually it must be.
First and goal.
Yeah, okay, now that chain gang is.
Stick is down.
Yeah. Threw us off a little bit. Lakeland coming, bad snap, and the whistle blows.
Another legal procedure I believe we're going to have.
My favorite number, Jacob Vigilante, number 25, was right in there. Well, getting that 5-yard procedure penalty earlier in this drive didn't hurt Greenville. They responded with a 16-yard run by Thompson. Now they have it 1st and 15 at the 15. They got wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Lash in the backfield with Thompson, and Montesinos is in motion across the formation. Fake handoff, Thompson dropping back, and he's just going to have to get rid of it. Scheringer was in there, putting a lot of pressure, and so was Rick Bowerman.
They didn't fall for the fake to the back on that one at all. They just saw a beeline right towards Thompson and made him throw the ball on the run.
It's always tough to throw the ball a long ways when you're running backwards.
This is true.
Although Favre usually does pretty good doing that.
Yeah, he can throw it on 1 foot, 2 feet, whatever.
Officials timeout. You just had a good look at Sam Scheringer, number 31. Jim Zabrowski is in his 2nd year as the head coach out here at Lakeland, and doing a nice job with the kids.
Yes, he is.
I know a lot of his kids are coming over to Jefferson Elementary, help with our kids. I know the teachers there appreciated their help. Thompson firing right over the middle, and a catch. Oh, he has the ball. Yeah, jolted away.
Separated.
DeGiulio had it in his arms and then got hit hard and dropped it.
I think there's Cleveland Price with the hit there in the backfield, defensive backfield.
You know,
I think it was going through his arms before the hit came up. Even there. I mean, that ball should have been caught. It was right there.
And goes right back to what you were talking about, and that is that middle is wide open.
It was again.
Quit picking on those ladybugs.
Sort of gets me when they start going down my shirt here.
3 wide receivers to the left. DeGiulio is the inside guy, and then it's Montesinos and Taylor. Well, those are 3 pretty heavy guys in terms of being good pass catchers.
There's DeGiulio in the middle again. That's where they're going to.
And the pass is complete, short of the touchdown, but inside the 5. Making the catch, called it DeGiulio, and I think it was Scheringer on the tackle.
Went in motion, just came around, curled on the inside, and there it was, open. Finds that little hole, sits down in there, and Thompson delivers it to him.
Here's timeout by Greenville. I was going to say, here's one of the negative parts when you get it 3rd down and like at the 3 and you don't have a running game.
Yeah.
It makes it tough.
I mean, their running game is a draw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's about
pretty much what it is.
There you see scoreboard, 14:09 remaining in the ball game. Lakeland up by 13 points. It's 4th down and we're on the 3-yard line.
Hello, I'm Martin Sheen, and I'd like to tell you about some extraordinary people who need our help. The thousands of Catholic religious women and men who are elderly. Many continue to work, like Sister Damien, who at 72 is still teaching at my old high school in Dayton, Ohio, Chaminade Julienne. But thousands of others are frail and in need of health care. They have no pensions and few financial resources. Please share in their care. Give to the Catholic Retirement Fund for Religious at your parish, and thank you.
They say, this is so-and-so from La Crosse. My response is, how much money you want? It's up to you. Had a nice little discussion with that young lady. She went to Sheboygan Lutheran and
was that right?
Knew Stacy Rush. And
I had a call yesterday, or a couple days ago, from one of the Lakeland people for
a donation?
Yeah, donations.
And they wanted more than 10 bucks.
Oh, well.
You donate your time by refereeing a basketball game. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 3, ball on the 3.
4th and 3.
4th and 3 on the 3. Thank you. Thompson straight back, lost it.
Pattern.
Taylor can't make the catch. A good defensive play made by Edmond. And Lakeland stops Greenville from scoring.
Going for Taylor on that thing. He didn't get the right height on that pass. I think if you got it up a little bit higher and kept it more in play where it was coming down, it was going to be out of the
just
field.
A plain old jump ball.
Yeah.
Then he wins it.
That kid can go up there and get that ball. And because you saw the defense had his back to the play, so the offense definitely had the advantage. Just defense was just lucky he didn't make any contact on that thing going at the player.
I think Barry is the deep back this time, Dennis. A 2 tight end set. They hand it inside to Jervis, and he gets a little bit.
Yeah, get it outside the 5-yard line there, probably about the 7.
Yep.
Give you a little room.
Safe run, and again, Lakeland being able to move the ball on the ground successfully most of the time. It's a pickup of about 3. Ball at about the 6-yard line. Again, Barry is the deep back. Gatlin is the wide out to the right. Check that. Matt Martin is the wide out.
There goes Barry.
Barry lunges
hit by
forward.
A couple people and did a very nice job spinning out of there, making that a positive carry.
Gets it outside the 10. We'll call it about the 11. It's still going to be 3rd down and actually pretty long, maybe 3 or 4 yards. Yeah, check that.
About
2 or 3.
2 yards ago. It's long 2.
Yep. Myuri getting the call from Eric Royal. Wide to the right is Huber, and Royal is wide to the left. Barry is the deep back. And, oh, he is smacked right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Wow.
Number 93, I believe, delivered that blow.
Refrigerator Perry? Oh, no, he was
Justin Grant, a freshman.
Wow.
Greenville's lineup has a lot of freshmen on the field.
You mentioned like a few years ago, five or six maybe that long, Greenville had a really good team, and
they were rated high in the nation.
Although they're struggling this year, playing a lot of underclassmen, if those kids stick around and develop, they could have a pretty successful season in a year or 2.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of playing time out here. They should come away with a pretty good field position on this one.
Yeah, Bryson Taylor is set up right on the 50-yard line. And Lakeland kicking into the wind.
Not a bad kick. Got that
good
thing
spiral.
Over.
Taken on to 48. And then ripped down by Vandeloo. Nice tackle.
Good hang time on that punt.
Yep.
Very good hang time. Got the ball to turn over a little bit.
And
very nice.
And good
kick.
coverage.
Yes.
But even at that, Greenville still has good field position.
Got a flag on the play, Mike. I think it was on Lakeland.
Oh, on Lakeland. I was hoping it might be roughing the punter.
I think they're bringing it back, and Lakeland will probably be kicking again the way it looks.
Oh, boy.
Now, you don't want to give Taylor any more chances holding on the play.
Well, Lakeland doesn't want to give Taylor any chances, and Greenville wants to take the penalty and give Taylor another chance.
Absolutely. And moving up just outside the 40, Lakeland 40-yard line to receive this ball. He's going to be kicking from in his own end zone.
Montesinos is the up back. He's stationed at about the 37. Taylor is stationed at the 45. Good snap. Kick is away. Again, a pretty good kick, but the coverage isn't quite as good. Vandaloo misses a tackle, but not missing the tackle was Eric Barrel. Takes Taylor down at about the 40, so they do pick up about 5 or 6 yards on the penalty.
Well, they get good field position to start with here.
I think it was going to be at the 47 the first time, or 48. And this time they got it down at the 41. And look out, because Lee Thompson, the Greenville quarterback, has been hot. He connected on quite a few passes in that third quarter.
He's found a weakness with the Lakeland defense on the inside there, at least. We'll see if they adjust to that now and shut it down.
Hand off to Lash on the inside, not much going for him. He's pulled down. In on the stop was David Benton. And yeah, Benton getting up off the bottom of the pile along with Vigilante.
That's their favorite running play, that little draw.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they do like to get the ball to Lash, you know, either on the draw or throw those swing passes, and they had a couple screen passes.
If you can get him out of open space a little bit more, get him the ball out there, and it's right in the middle there. And, it's
pretty tough for him.
Yeah, he's not a real big. There's a
swing pass to Montesinos, and he has it. And he picks up a few yards, not much. But they're getting close to the first down. We're at 10:35 mark and counting.
Ball's going to be on about the 36-yard line.
And that means it's going to be 3rd down and 5. And with the clock winding down, it's down here.
2-down territory.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you're down by 2 scores at this time of the game. You got to get going. You got to get it.
Taylor, Montesinos, and DeJulio on this side. Fires it on a slant pass to DeJulio, and he's got it.
There's our favorite spot.
Yep.
That one was actually a little bit shorter, though, than the other passes. I mean, it was probably about 4 or 5 yards shorter on the turn than what he had before.
Yep.
But again, he delivered a nice ball right there. Kept it low. Nobody else was going to get that thing.
Thought Vandaloo had a pretty good drop on it, but you know, it was right in that little bit of a seam. 1st and 10 Greenville. Ball on about the 27-yard line. That's what Tom's got up on the scoreboard.
He's always right.
Well, just all you gotta do is ask him, he'll tell you. Not even cracking a smile anymore. Thompson back, fires a little curl
nice
pass. Yeah, that catch was made by not Eric Royal, but Matt Zulman.
Zulum, it looks like.
His first catch of the ball game. Or was he our phantom receiver on that very first catch?
The one we couldn't see across the field.
Yeah, right.
That could be.
No, it was number 8. Joey Callell. Second down and about 3. Thompson back, looking, fires, and he's hit as he throws, and it goes incomplete.
Flag on the play, Mike.
Boy, he was hit hard.
Looks like in the area of holding.
Benton applied the pressure, 96.
Yeah, umpire made the call on that play. Yep, we do have a hold.
And that's a good thing if you're a Lakeland fan.
Well, push him back, be 3rd and about, probably about
over 20.
13, I think it's.
Oh, no, that's right, only 3 to go.
3 there and another 10, I believe.
So wow.
So it's about 13 yards. Yeah, it's a 10-yard penalty from there. So
from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. No. Excuse me, 2nd.
Second and 13.
That was only 2nd. They had the down marker flipped over already on us.
I was going to say, the way Greenville's been throwing the ball this half, 11, 12, 13 yards isn't that tough. Lakeland looking like they're blitzing, and A.R. Vandeloo comes tough. He's picked up, but Benton slips through, but then he gets away. Thompson getting away and fires the pass downfield, but it is tipped away.
Well, I was following DeJulio on that play, and he was open right around the 20-yard line there, just throwing his arms up in the air, wanted Thompson to get him the ball, just wide open again.
It was a good thing they had a lot of pressure on him where he couldn't survey the field. The pass goes incomplete, and it's now 3rd and 13. Well, one of the things, you know, when you put all these wide receivers and Lashes and a big guy so he's not much of a blocker, you know, you're opening yourself up to a lot of pressure.
Oh, definitely.
Lakeland wants the blitz. They're coming again off the corner.
Oh, this is interesting.
Ball popped out of Thompson's hands. It was picked up by Andrew Argall, and I think he's either the guard or the center, but he picked it up, and Greenville's going to keep possession. It'll be 4th down. And I think Greenville actually lost a little bit on that. Maybe about a foot, actually. It was right at the 16 anyway.
Yeah, we're looking at about 4th and 13, 4th and 14 on this, and we get another Greenville timeout. Big play for them. They might as well take it.
Yeah, they need it.
Right
We're
here.
at 8:15 of the 4th quarter. It's 33-20, Lakeland on top.
How could anyone want to put one of these in their mouth?
Is it true what they say? Size doesn't count?
Nope. Dynamite comes in small packages.
Whoa, how come mine's all shriveled up?
Well, at least it doesn't bend to the left like mine.
Don't play with fire. Always use a condom. Stop the spread of AIDS.
There's a new experience around every corner as you discover Wisconsin. Discover Wisconsin like you've never seen before.
Back at Taylor Field on the campus of Lakeland College, where the Muskies lead Greenville 33-20. We're at 8:15 remaining in the ball game. Mike Martin along with Dennis Semp bringing you the final football broadcast for the 2004 season on TV8.
I think we look for DeJulio again in the middle there.
I think
it's
so.
been open all the time. He's going wide.
Him or Taylor. Thompson steps up and he's hit and dropped.
They did a good job. Lakeland did a good job covering on that play in the defensive backfield. Even
I think it was Donnie Harris possibly getting the sack. Either that or Zek. Nick Zek coming off, big number 75. Either way, Lakeland takes over. Well, penalties really hurt Greenville that time.
Yeah, definitely. Moved the ball down there and just kept going backwards. The holding call and the procedure calls.
Denham is a deep back. And they hand it off to him. He got a good push. He's through the line of scrimmage. Wow, he gets it out near the 50-yard line. Hard to see on the other side of the field. You know, he's covered up.
Marked just short of the first down the way it looks. It's pretty, hang on there. Listening to the PA guy here, but I think we may be a little short. Or measurement time. No, he's got 2nd down. I think he's got.
Well, the marker is
they're having problems with those markers today.
Yeah.
I think it pulled apart again.
Well, at this juncture, Lakeland would like them to take a couple of links out. When the ball goes over, we'll put the links back in.
Well, you know, 2nd and a couple inches, not a bad down to have. You know, run an extra play and run some more time off the clock, and really wouldn't.
Well, they're not moving the ball at all. It went out of bounds on the far sideline, so they left it there, and from that position, they're measuring.
Now he is going to mark a 1st down, I believe, on the play. Definitely having problems with those markers, down markers today, unfortunately.
Have they had problems with those in the past?
I haven't noticed it the earlier games this year. I think they must be coming. The links must be coming off on there, and now they got to reset them all the time.
Wow. Well, look at it, it's bent. It's broken. That's what the problem is.
It is. I don't know if the player went flying into it over there on the side. Must have. I didn't see that.
No, me either. But you can really see that it's broken.
Remember that years ago in pro ball? Who was that? That big all-pro lineman, I believe, for the Baltimore Colts. Was it? Well,
Gino Marchetti?
One of his gentlemen went into the down marker and ruined his career. Got stabbed with the thing. Went into his knee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
that's why they moved
into the plastic.
Into the plastic, because they were all metal back then.
Yeah.
Oh. Very dangerous.
I remember that. I don't remember that particular incident. I remember them being metal.
I've got that selective memory, Mike. You know, it's I can remember some things, from 30, 40 years ago, but not from.
But you can't remember your wife's birthday.
Well, wait a minute. I got that.
Denham on a nice carry picks up about 9 yards. Our anniversaries?
I got those.
You're a better man than me.
Clock is running at 7:35.
Yeah, we're looking good.
This is Lakeland's
2-touchdown lead for Lakeland.
Run some more clock time off. We got about a 2nd and 2 on the play.
Inside handoff to Jervis. Big hole.
First down.
He's down inside the 30. Inside the 35, near the 30. First down, Lakeland. Jervis with a good burst right up the middle. And there you get a great shot of Travis. He's got some pipes on him.
Yes, he does.
No dental floss in those arms.
Just like you, Mike. I tell you, I'm impressed. You got to roll those sleeves up.
Yeah, I got my Lakeland basketball alumni shirt. I was the announcer for that game.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. That
was a fun time.
Oh, yeah. I remember running out there.
Gary Hovey was there. Hand off to Denham. He's sitting near the line of scrimmage and pulled down. Maybe a pickup of 1.
Gary Hovey, you're bringing back some old names there, Mike. One of the best pure shooters I've ever seen around here.
I remember going to those games in the Armory when Moose was the coach, and they had some really great teams.
It was between Lakeland and Oshkosh, usually for state championships a lot of times. Who was going to move on to the NAIA finals?
Who was the big guy from Oshkosh?
You mean Bruce Miller, the guy that banked it off the glass to beat him?
Yeah, no, not that guy. Not on that half-court shot. Oh, Christ. All righty, second down.
We were very, very young back then, Mike,
really?
but I can still remember.
Well, Myuri looking to bounces off of one tackler, and then he's hit hard and knocked down at about the 25-yard line.
Boy, he's a tough kid in there, isn't he?
Well, he ran into his own blocker, bounced back, and then kept chugging along and picked up positive yardage. Dean Sandifer was one of the Lakeland big guys, but there was a big guy for Oshkosh, inside guy. Actually, I guess he wasn't really that big, but he was a pretty good player. Had a lot of good hook shot. Can't remember his name. All righty, here we go, back to action. It's 3rd down and about 5. Hand off to Denham. Cuts it back. He's got room. He's hit hard, and he keeps fighting forward. He's got a first down inside the 20.
Down to about the 15-yard line, Mike.
And Lakeland just running the clock down, running the ball, and just dominating play. And kudos go out to the offensive line.
Just pushing their way through.
Should mention some of those guys. Where's that piece of paper that had the starting lineups?
It's on the backside there.
All righty. Interior lineman, Byron Vandelin. Oop. Brian Etter.
Here goes Jervis heading on up the middle again. Nice gain.
Yeah.
Good 5 yards on the play.
Andrew Argall, the center. Ryan Holm and Mike Newhouse. That interior line for Lakeland really pretty much having it their way. Just about all game, actually, when they want to run the ball, when they want to pound it. Jervis stays in. Coming off is Eric Royal. Wide to the right is Joe Huber at 2 tight end set. Jervis the up back. Denham remains a deep back. Myuri looks like he's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Second back.
Denham
looking for the outside. He cuts it back. He's going to go in for the touchdown. 10-yard run for Huber, and Lakeland's got a 39-20 lead with 4:37 remaining.
Once he got that corner, got squared up with his shoulders, boy, he just...
then he's turned on the
boom, he was there.
Jets. There you see him. Boom, go. And he's in.
You sound like John Madden now. Get the extra sound effects going. You don't look like
I was looking at the confetti cannon. And again, Lakeland going for 2. Coming in late is Brandon Stewart. Myrie saying, "Oh, just go stand over there. It's not going to you anyway."
Oh, now we got to take a timeout here. Myrie doesn't like what he's got set up there.
Timeout Lakeland. I believe that's their first timeout of the second half with the score 39-20. We'll take a short break and be right back.
I think you're right.
Noise. There's more of it in your life than you think. Everyday sounds, from household appliances to traffic. Even a crowded restaurant can hit 85 decibels. That's the level audiologists know can cause permanent hearing loss. So keep an eye on your ears and visit ASHA.org, the American Speech Language Hearing Association.
557 total offense. How much? 557.
557 total.
Well, we just got word from the official statsman that Lakeland has 3 players over 100 yards. That'd be Denham and Barry and Myrie. And Lakeland has 557 yards of total offense. I would say they're having it their way.
Pretty nice ball game today. Nice way to end the season for the gentlemen. In the shotgun, a
lot of wide receivers in motion. Myrie wanted to throw the fade, but good pass coverage. Now he fires it the other way, and that pass is going to be incomplete.
One-hopped it.
Stewart was the intended receiver. He came in motion across the formation. But I think Myrie wanted to hit Gatlin
he was
on the fade.
looking to his left all along there. That wasn't open. He came back this way, and he had a little pressure at that point, and couldn't get enough on that ball. He one-hopped Stewart on that throw.
Well, according to these stats, Anthony Lash is the leading ground gainer for Greenville. He has 8 carries for 7 yards. And right behind is Lee Thompson, the quarterback, with 6 yards on 8 carries. That's not very good production from the running side. Hey, there's Scott Mieloff in the truck. Another great shot by Brian Andrews. Scott doing a lot of directing this year in our football season, along with Kerry Kautzer, and up on top is Isato Hemi.
These fellas ordered us nice weather today too. I mean, it's,
oh boy,
it's somebody's got.
I think wasn't all the time we were out here the other time. Wasn't it quite cold that day, or not?
So again, that Concordia ball game.
Yeah, at least there weren't all these ladybugs around. A lot of visitors today.
Yeah, you gotta get them in the noses when it's real rough.
Kick is taken by Taylor. Bryson Taylor is hit and dropped at about the 25-yard line. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lakeland players over there making a stop.
Getting off the bottom, number 37 for Lakeland, Aaron Berry. He's all over on the kickoff teams, and
get a flag down. Let's see what's happening here.
Greenville, the way it looks.
Push him back, way back.
4:27 left to go in the ball game.
Pretty quick game. Yeah.
We started at noon.
Just think if Lakeland was running their old offense.
Oh, gosh.
We'd have 500 passes in the ball game.
Well, I can remember.
We'd be in the middle of the second quarter.
Being out here games, and they had 75, 80 passes in a ball game.
That's not even any fun.
No, try running the clock. Stop and go.
When?
Oh, okay, there wasn't too much running. But it was, you know, it was an exciting offense to watch. I mean, they were throwing all the time, and you know, yards and yards.
All right, DeJulio's in motion. Lee Thompson in the shotgun again. Little screen pass, it's intercepted. And running it into the end zone for Lakeland, Rick Bowerman. Wow. He got vertical on that play, Dennis.
Yeah, he definitely did. I had my eyes over here on DeJulio because he was, you know, the main man all the time, and I glanced up, and he just went up, picked that thing, and there it is. It happened so quick, we barely had it on the replay. Good job.
Nice defensive play. Wow-wee. That makes it 45-20. I think we can just go for one this time.
Yeah, give Kadowski a chance to kick one here.
Hey, Dennis, Scott, if you get a chance, can you run that back one more time? Maybe after the extra point. I think the stats guy want to see how long that return was. Mostly I do. Kick is up and good. That makes it 46-20.
That ball was partially deflected on the kick there, too.
It's a friendly deflection.
Yep.
There you go. Boy. Ball is tipped. He picks it up.
That's a great effort.
I think he was inside. Was inside the 20 for sure. Maybe near the 10. Because you figure, you know, he drops back. He drops back some more and throws it. In any case, it was a really nice defensive play, and Lakeland comfortably ahead. Now all they need is a little bit of help from Eureka to beat Concordia, and then that would end up.
That'd be nice. Give them an extra couple of weeks out here to play football.
Yep. Be hard to top today's weather, though, 2 weeks from now. Unless they move down to Greenville and maybe play that game on a neutral field. I'd imagine they probably still got a lot of leaves on the trees down there in southern Illinois. Coach Zabrowski, still all business on the sideline.
You know, he may be getting a dumping over his head pretty soon again.
Really?
You know, last game of the season, what you want to, I'll bet you, a little, you know, bet me a candy bar, Mike. I think that'll happen.
I ate it already if I lost.
Come on.
But I can give you an empty wrapper.
Okay, I'm happy.
Kadrowski approaches and kicks it.
Here's our man Taylor.
Taylor's got it. Fakes the reverse. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He's over the 50 and pulled down at about the 47-yard line. Another really nice run back by Bryson Taylor. Josh Schramm on the takedown. He is exciting.
Yes, he is. He gets his hands on that ball, and he wants it back there, too. A couple times he's came right in front of the other receiver in deep position and just gone.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, I want that thing, of course. How he performs, you got to let the guy do it, I guess.
I guess.
Until something else happens out there.
1st and 10, Greenville at the 47. Thompson stepping up, fires it right into the hands of Taylor. And Bryson Taylor not able to make the catch. One of the few miscues he's had today.
Thompson, nice quarterback. He throws the nice ball out there.
You know, he's for a big guy. You know, you think sometimes big guys a little clumsy and you know, slow of foot, and yet he dances back there. He's got pretty good footwork.
He's able to slide. You know, slide away from the.
He's not a fast runner, but
yeah. He knows when to do it. He's got that feel for it to get out of the way.
Montesinos and Taylor off to the left. Lash is the back with Thompson. Thompson short pass right through the hands again of Bryson Taylor. That's 2 drops for him.
Yeah, all his passes at a little different angle, Mike. You know, they're coming down. He's so tall. Yeah, he's throwing down at everybody. But no, he does throws a very nice ball. Sam Scheringer coming out of the ball game here. Senior linebacker from Howards Grove, probably made his last appearance on Muskie Gridiron.
Yeah, really. I didn't realize he was a senior, Dennis.
Yep, he was out there earlier. He and his parents were there for the senior. Oh,
pass over the middle, diving attempt.
Nice looking pass, a little bit ahead of
Matt Zillum making the diving attempt, but wasn't able to come up with it, and it'll be 4th down.
You know, you just go through their whole roster. They have very few seniors on this roster. You know, the majority freshmen and sophomore. So they've got some, good future coming here. Next year or two, I think they'll be a very tough team to contend with.
Thompson's only a junior too. Kick is away.
Oh, nice bounce.
Making a good decision back there was Jacob Vigilante. Even though the ball is going to be deep in their own territory, no sense in taking any chances with a 26-point lead.
Yeah, I think he thought that thing was going to roll through the end zone, and it looked like it wasn't. That she went sideways, and as a punter, just what you wanted to see.
Exactly.
Did you get one of those bugs in your ear, Mike? Or?
No, I was just thinking, last night these didn't feel uncomfortable at all, but today, with you talking about it all the time.
Well, I'm not used to it, that's right.
Exactly. I know exactly what you mean. When you're not used to it, it takes a while. Inside handoff, a new running back in there for Kenneth Grundy, playing the fullback spot. Jervis out of the game. And he picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Grundy, a 5'8" senior from Florissant, Missouri.
Manders checks in for Lakeland as Royal comes out. Pardon me, Gatlin was the player that came out, Courtney Gatlin.
Wilk is back in at quarterback. He had a brief appearance in the first half. Coach Z got dumped on over there. You could see the water glistening off his jacket. Just lucky it's not 30 degrees outside.
Yeah, really. I was just going to say, Brian Andrews, our field cameraman, got caught on the wrong side. He's usually right on top of that stuff. That last carry again was by Kenneth Grundy, number 33. I believe that's Hunter in the backfield now. He takes it inside, tries to bounce it out. He's still on his
spinning.
Feet.
Oh, look at that.
Getting wrestled
nice
down.
Job.
And the ball comes loose. Greenville has it. Great extra effort by Hunter, but in on the stop was Eric Owens, number 87. It was a real wrestling match, and then Hunter, in his attempts to gain more yardage, fumbled the ball.
39, Andrew Ellison, is that correct? I believe on the recovery there?
Yep.
You know, that the Lakeland staff didn't want that fumble, but, the kid was given the effort. Do you want that?
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that was part of it there, and it looked like it was the right play, right call on that play, where the ball did come loose before he hit the ground.
Exactly. All right, Greenville's got it back. We're at 2:23 remaining in the ball game. Lakeland up 26, 46-20.
Thompson under center again, which is sort of unusual for him during the day here.
Well, I think the reason it's uncomfortable is he's got to bend over so far.
Oh, we got to look at this.
Montesinos on a pass into the end zone to Matt Zillum. So it's a backward lateral from Thompson to Montesinos, and then Montesinos throws the touchdown pass to the wide open Zillum.
Yeah, that must be one of the only plays that they had from under center there. And I could see where it'd be pretty hard to do it if you can't, from the shotgun.
Pretty hard to do from the shotgun. You're right.
To really go back further. So.
Oh, a nice play by Greenville to get a score. They can close to within 19, but the clock certainly is not on their side. Low snap, but the placement is made and the kick is up and good. And with 2:15 remaining in the ball game, Lakeland up 19, 46-27. I was driving home from the South game last night, and I think it was Toledo scored 17 points in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds of the game to defeat, I can't remember their opponent, but they were ranked.
Yep, it was last night, one of the ESPN game. I mean, we've had ball games on for the last, what, about 7, 8 nights in a row, and I think they got a deal going, what, 15 nights of football, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we might have podunk you against.
Do they still play football on Monday? I mean, on Saturday afternoons? Everything's on every other night. Oh, they're going to kick it long and deep.
Ball's going out of bounds. We got a penalty.
Good decision by Brandon Stewart to let the ball bounce.
Good field position now for Lakeland.
Ooh, now they're not loading the cannon anymore, Dennis. They're just gathering up the confetti and throwing it at each other.
Aren't you happy we're up here?
Yeah, really.
You pick it out of your teeth otherwise.
Don't let them hear that, though, because you might have some confetti come flying in here.
We'll shut the windows then. Lakeland will start on their own 35-yard line. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to run off the clock.
And I think they're going to keep it on the ground, too.
I would think.
Hunter is the deep back, Grundy is the up back, and Wilk is the quarterback. So some new faces in the Lakeland backfield. Well, you can see Hunter's got a lot of potential, and he's got it. Cuts it inside. Ooh. Down he goes.
Notice him, he's always leaning forwards. When you see that, he makes contact, he's leaning forward. Get that extra yard there.
The only problem was big number 68, Josh Bannister, fell right on top. Well, it wasn't Bannister. You know what? They don't have a 68 on Lakeland's roster. You got it on this one here?
No, make one up, Mike.
Well, how about if we call him Byron Vandlin? Right up the middle. Hunter leaps the pile and dives forward up to the 45 before he's pushed back.
We have a flag on the play.
Isn't there a rule against jumping over people? Or is that just baseball?
There you go.
Personal foul. Face mask
big
on
one.
Greenville.
The big one.
That could be a 15-yarder.
That should be with the personal foul.
They're going to mark it from the end of the run, looks like. It's going to go all the way down to the Greenville 40. 1:31, clock running. Thank you.
We don't need to be here any longer than that, Tom. Come on.
Inside handoff to Grundy, and he pounds up inside the 35.
He's a load there too for that fullback, isn't he?
Well, he runs low, and he's not a very tall guy to begin with.
Just sticks that helmet in there and keeps going. There's Scheringer.
I can hear that.
Yeah, it's those defensive players, it'll get that little...
all those goofy little sayings.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hunter trying to bounce to the outside, and then he cuts it in. He's going to have a first down.
Flag on the play, Mike.
Oops.
From the umpire.
Can't we just all get along?
I think we got a hold.
Yeah, really. I'll tell you what's really nice about being up in the booth today is all the teamwork that's coming on up here, going on. We're helping Tom make sure the clock is running. Stats guy giving us some stats when it's appropriate. Of course, we're always telling them how many yards the guy gains.
What would they do without us here?
Really? Well, what would we do without them?
There you go.
Probably a lot better. Yeah, we didn't get it. It was on Lakeland. They must have held or something.
It was a holding call against Lakeland. About 40 seconds left to go. This should be our...
Rodney Ellison split out wide to the right.
Last play here today.
Wilk fakes the inside handoff and keeps it.
We got lassoed on that one, didn't he?
He should have handed it off.
Yeah, get rid of that. Don't take that hit there, son.
Vandeloo looking for some more water to dump on somebody right down in front of us. Talking to the trainer saying, why aren't you filling that thing with water?
Well, that'll be it for today. It's 14 seconds left to go.
And counting. Down to 10.
Lakeland's going to...
It's 46-27, Lakeland
like they're
on
gonna
top.
Snap it one more time.
Hand off to Grundy inside.
And a
fumbles
fumble.
the ball. And...
But that's the end of the
Greenville
ball
got
game.
the fumble recovery, but that's the ball game. And a great season for Lakeland College. They finish up the year 7-3 overall, 6-1 in the conference. And since we don't have phone lines to Concordia and Eureka and that Aurora game, you know, we'll just have to wait and check the paper. Maybe it'll be in tomorrow's paper. Or,
I'm sure it will. You could probably check it this afternoon on the web page. Yeah, there's a Division III web page that you can plug into and get all the scores. So, you know, Lakeland will find out. You know, like I say, it would be great if they get another ball game or two this season, but you know, it's not in their hands anymore. It's in the hands of Eureka and Concordia.
Well, this is going to conclude our 2004 football broadcast for TV8. We want to thank all you fans for watching. It's been a great trip and a great job by the crew today. Isato Hemi on the top camera, Brian Andrews on the field camera, Scott Meloff in the truck, my partner Dennis Semp. Dennis, always nice to see you, and for a first timer, you did an excellent job.
Hey.
You got a future in this, man.
Hey, thanks, Mike. The only, you know, if I wasn't here, I'd be laying on the couch watching the tube anyway. So hey, this is better being here, out in the fresh air.
And big thanks to Tom Retzak for his friendly face and slapping us around every once in a while, keeping us in line. I'm Mike Martin saying so long, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road during basketball.
Father-daughter show.